Hello, everybody. There's not many people here today, but that's okay. Can you guys hear me okay? My microphone's kind of further away than it normally is, but that's okay. You can see my face today. That's terrible. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, my goodness gracious. Hello, everybody. I know there's only about 4 of you here now, but that's okay. We will probably get more people as time goes on. So how's everybody doing on this lovely Saturday? I hope it's not too bad for you guys. It's kind of warm here. I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. I got some food in me. Took a shower, so I feel nice and refreshed. I've got, Dot's still back there. She's asleep on the pillow back there. And just so everybody knows, no kittens in this video today, because both Virgil and Callie got fixed this week. So they are in cages in solitude because I don't want them to rip their stitches apart. So they're in cages just so they can relax and sleep and heal. Maxie Dot's right there on my bed. You just can't see her. You can barely see her ears right there. She's right there. I made the bed, but I didn't want to move her, so the bed is made around her. Hey, Dot. Maxie loves you. Okay. She kind of looked up at me. That's okay. Yeah, Jackie, I'm going to be doing live streams every Saturday until the beginning of the year because it gives me something to look forward to every week, which is something I need. I need structure. So, yeah, that's just how it is right now. Yes, Laura, that's the best way cat owners can make beds. Like cats are everything. But anyway, guys, so we're here to talk about anything you guys want to talk about. It can be Sandersides related. It can be anything. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. If you guys don't mind telling me, how did you, what is the best way for me to contact you guys about these live streams? Did you guys find out through the community tab? Did you find out through my Twitter? Did you find out through my Tumblr? I try to post everywhere, but sometimes I get sorry, I ate, so I'm going to probably burp a lot. I just want to make sure I know where you guys can find my stuff because I want you guys to find out. So, okay, so it's when you recommended, okay. Okay, YouTube notification. Okay, cool. You guys have me on notifications? Oh, that's really sweet. I'm sorry. That's really sweet. Okay, so a little bit of everywhere. All right, that's good. Okay, so I'm going to continue posting everywhere that I can. I'll post on my community tab. I'm going to post on my notifications. Obviously, hopefully YouTube continues to post my notifications because for some people it does not. But I'll still post on Tumblr and Twitter as well for these live streams. So if you guys want to start out, I'm going to pull up the live stream on my phone so I can follow along with the comments because for some reason the comments tend to go really fast when I'm on here and it's hard for me to follow my computer. So, good. But if you guys have any questions, things you want me to discuss about the Sandersides, anything like that, we can all talk amongst ourselves. You guys can share your theories. You can share whatever you want. This is a community-style live stream that I host just because I know I have a big following for the Sanderside because of my React videos. So I kind of want this to be a chat with all of us. So Gabriella enters with our first question. She says, how did you find Thomas Sandersides? Well, I found Thomas through his Vines. I was a fan of his Vines, but I never actually downloaded the Vine app. So I only saw like pretty much like what was in my recommended on YouTube when people would make those big collaborations or whatever. So I just started watching his Vines and I was watching Vine compilations, and that's how I subbed to him originally on YouTube, was because of that. And then when Vine shut down, I was still following him on YouTube, but I also wasn't using YouTube as much. So I missed the beginning of the Sanderside stuff because I was watching the videos he made of all his Vine collaboration, like the big things, that compilations he would make of all of his Vines. Like I would watch those, but somehow I would miss the Sandersides stuff. I don't know how. The first Sandersides video I ever watched was My Negative Thinking, and I watched it out of order because it was on my recommended, and then I realized it was a series and I caught up. And at the time, wow, my phone is really loud. Holy crap. Let me mute that. At the time, the last episode to air was Becoming a Cartoon? Yeah, Becoming a Cartoon. So I got to see the premiere of Accepting Anxiety Part 1 and Accepting Anxiety Part 2. So that was pretty fun. Yay. Alex and Lesbian Life, I love you too, guys. Thank you. When do you think they will post the next Sandersize video? I don't know. I think they talked about it on the last live stream, but I wasn't able to be there. I'm going to hope it's within the next couple of months because, I don't want them to rush, obviously, because the time it takes for these episodes to be made is really great because we get a lot of time to think about what's going to happen and all this stuff. And I don't know, like, I want to say at least before Christmas. That gives me enough time to be wrong and enough time to be right. So I'm going to say at least before Christmas. I want to hope somewhere in October or November, but at least before Christmas. Oh, well, Sydney, I hope you get to get your hair done at some other point. Let's see. Jack of all trades says, Sanderside's theory. When asked how he felt, Patton said, I'm the walrus. That Beatles song is based on a poem where the walrus was the villain. Possible to see foreshadow, or am I overthinking? I think that could be... I think it's a little bit of both. It could have been a deceit foreshadow if they knew about deceit back then, because we know for a fact, because Joan has said on a live stream, that they knew about Remus since growing up. So, but we don't know how long they've been thinking about deceit. It's possible. That's kind of an older episode, though, the Q&A episode. So it's possible that that was a reference to Deceit Future Up, or it could not have been. Like, we really wouldn't know without asking Thomas, how long have you guys had deceit in your brain? So it's really hard to know, honestly. Let's see. Jester's JCG says, the next Sandersize is supposed to be an indirect sequel to SBS. Do you think it's possible it'll involve Deceit again and we might get his name reveal? I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on that, mostly because I feel like Deceit's going to be the last name that we know. So I think we're actually probably going to get the next Darkseid first, and then that Darkseid's name, and then Deceit will be last. Just because I think it's a different way of revealing the names. Like, Remus had a different name reveal because they immediately gave his name in the episode he premiered in. That never happened before. So I feel like they're going to want to give Deceit's name in a different way. So it's not going to be how Logan's name was revealed, which was another side saying the name. It won't be that. It's not going to be, Roman's, where, like, Roman gave it himself, like, which is also like Remus. I just now realized that Roman gave his own name and so did Remus. Anyway, so, Roman just gave it to him after an episode of, like, learning about him. And then Virgil obviously had his comeuppance episode, which is where he felt comfortable enough to give his name. I just feel like Deceit's name is going to be something that, one, that we don't expect, and two, that's going to be not in the way that we think it's going to be. It's just not going to happen, I don't think. Let's see here. I'm going to go back up. Jackie says, an orange theory that I had was Logan's opposite was going to be Impulse. Even had an OC named Reagan, but Remus seems to be part Impulse. It's okay because Maxie in the chat here, or Abilene, if you look, we have a story that Maxie draws, and we kind of discussed the story together on Tumblr, and we have a character that is literally opposite of Roman. So when Remus was introduced, it was kind of hard to explain our character and how that character would exist alongside Remus, but we kind of figured it out. So, like, your headcanon, your OCs are still fine. Like, you just have to work around what the new canon is. So don't worry. Don't be afraid. Yeah, Gabrielle, you're right. This exercise has taught us a lot of patience. And I think it's also along the lines of, like, they're making pretty much 45, 50-minute episodes of, like, a TV drama that usually has, like, a crew, but we're getting it from, self-contained creators. That's a lot of time and effort spent on something that, while he does get millions of returns on it, it's not nearly as big as I think it deserves to be. And I feel like they're putting in a lot of effort for not as much feedback as I think it deserves. So, like, if they want to take their time on it, then they take their time on it. Because, like, yeah, I was not really in the fandom whenever the short episodes were coming out, but, like, at the same time, for a while, we had, like, the first episode that really had a long time in between. Wasn't it Moving On? I think it was the Moving On parts. I think we waited 3 months for that. And that was the first time that we had, like, a really long time to wait, because, like, Accepting Anxiety parts 1 and 2 had 3 days in between them. 3 days. Can you imagine, like, that? Those episodes have so much detail in them, and I'm pretty sure back then it was just Thomas, Joan, and Talon. I don't know if any other Thomas's friends were that heavily involved. So can you imagine how long that took to do to make it that close? Like, oh my gosh, I can only imagine how much time and effort went into that. Like, that's nuts. I don't want to think about that. All right, let's see. Stock, the only problem I have with the theory that Deceit personified Virgil in the New Year video is that video is very new, and I think Thomas and Joan have come out and said that nothing before the Valentine's Day episode is like anything on purpose. Like, everything before that was just there. Like, it wasn't anything that was a reference to anything. See, Deceit, I think what's going to happen with Deceit is that, like, okay, this goes into another theory that I have that can be kind of long, but I really think that it would be interesting if Deceit gives his name because Thomas apologizes to him for kind of like shunning him a little bit. Because, like, Remus doesn't really care. Remus is kind of the dark side that's kind of chaotic. He's just kind of like, I'm here, I do my thing, and I leave. I don't care what you think about me. I'm going to do what I want. Deceit's a little bit more cunning on that, is that he, as we've been told from Patton and how kind of it was explained in SVS, the Deceit's self-preservation. So I really hope that at some point Thomas is able to recognize what Deceit has done for him his entire life, because we all have to lie, whether or not it's for, like, some people do it maliciously and they lie, but like most of the time when we lie as kids, it's mostly to defend and protect ourselves, because we think we're going to get in trouble. We think we're going to be bullied or ridiculed for things about ourselves that we hide. And so I feel like character Thomas is going to learn that Deceit did a lot for him when he was a kid. And I think that'll come back, and maybe that's when Deceit will give his name. Kind of similar to Virgil, but not really. It's more along the lines of, like, it's going to take Thomas apologizing to him maybe to actually get Deceit to be like, okay, I'll tell you my name. Maybe not. Who knows? I think that would be the closest thing I think we would get to, like, a Deceit redemption arc, because it's not a redemption thing, because, like, Deceit still wants him to white lie to people, like, to cover up when he makes a mistake, which is not what you're supposed to do. But lying to protect yourself is something completely different. And I feel like that's where the problem lies with character Thomas, is that he thinks lying in all manner of it is bad. And in the same case, so does Patton, because of the black and white growing up, the way that he was raised under the religion of, if you think you're going to do something, then you're doing it. That's just as bad as the action, when it's really not. Let's see, what else do we have here? Yeah, Maxie, that's true. Like, the character that I talked about earlier with Maxie, like that, the character is also represented by the color green. So, like, it wasn't even like we did it on purpose. We've had this character for almost 2 years now. It's just really funny to be like, oh, well, now there's a real character that uses the color green that's represented in almost in the same way, but definitely completely different, because our boy is not a trash goblin. He's just a really angsty magician. Well, here's the thing. Every time they introduce a new side, you have to realize that, like, you're not required to fit them into your canon. I feel like a lot of people have a hard time accepting the fact that just because another character comes out in your favorite show doesn't mean you have to involve them in your story, especially if your story is crafted in a way that you really can't make it fit. You just don't have to. And if people pester you, like, oh, why does your fanfic not have Remus? Like, obviously he's Roman's brother and blah, 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 blah. You're not required to put him in there. If your story is so far along that you feel like you can't fit him in, then don't worry about it. Don't make anybody force you to change your story and mess up your canon for something that happened in the actual. That's what fan fictions are for. They're their own in little universes. So, like, don't worry about, people saying you have to involve him, because you don't. Bye, Gabby. See you later. It's been like 4 minutes, so you're probably already gone. And, Maxie, that's true. Maxie says it's so weird. Like, I know the episodes are getting really long, but I feel like the more people they have on their team, the longer it takes them to make videos. While that's true, I still feel like that is also from the fact that they have more brains in the scenario, so they're able to think up more storylines. So obviously, yeah, it's going to take a little bit longer to make the episode, but at the same time, we get a lot of ideas unique to the episode because of the people that are involved. Like Joan, they've done so much for the series, and there are a lot of like really popular lines. And I mean, gosh, the whole Crofters thing with Logan, that was Joan's idea. So like there are a lot of things in the series that we wouldn't have if it wasn't for these other minds inside the story. So while it does kind of maybe feel like it takes longer, I also think it's because there's a lot more in the episode that wouldn't be there without them. So therefore the making of the video takes longer. Therefore everything else takes longer. The production and the writing and everything else. But I still think that it's better for it to take as long as it needs to, so that when it comes out, it's something that all of them can be proud of. Not to mention, like, Remus wouldn't even exist if Joan and some of the others weren't around, because they all convinced Thomas that it's okay to outstand his boundaries of, like, the type of content that he creates. Like, Remus even says it in the episode himself. He's like, you need to take more chances in your content. Like, you're afraid to do anything that might step over the line because you're in this neat little bubble and you don't want to get out of that bubble. So I feel like with Thomas's friends being involved, there are a lot of things that'll happen that you wouldn't get otherwise because they're involved in the series. And especially now that we have more writers stepping foot in, we're going to get ideas and different story arcs that we're not, that we would normally have. And I think that's great. I think it's something that should definitely happen. Let's see. Bernadette, I think you're talking about paranoia, which isn't a side of Virgil. It's like what he used to be. Let's see here. Yeah, procrastination, a lot of you guys are talking about that. And yeah, I agree. There are a lot of people that think procrastination is one of the big choices for the next dark side. Sorry, my fingers, they hurt. They're peeling skin for some reason. I think procrastination would be really good. I'm really leaning towards anger or rage because we've seen a lot of instances of the sides losing control in a way that kind of looks like anger because they immediately regret it. Like Roman snapping at Logan after Remus was there, like, shut up, nerdy Wolverine. Not only imitating his brother, but also like losing the fact that he's angry. Like he's frustrated, so he's taking that out on Logan. And then in reverse, the same thing that Logan did to Roman in Learning New Things About Ourselves when he threw the paper wad at Roman. He immediately regretted. He immediately was like, no, I didn't. Why did I do that? I feel like the losing control, the rage and anger, I feel like that's leading up to something. I don't know what it's leading up to, but I think it's leading up to something. We'll see if not. Especially also with Virgil, like in dealing with intrusive thoughts. You have Virgil who's really heavily, he's just so angry and frustrated at the fact that Thomas is going to do these things. He's thought about it, which means he's going to do it, and you just don't want to think about it. You don't want to admit that you have these nasty thoughts and all this stuff. It's like Virgil was getting a little bit hasty there. So, I feel like we're leading up to something about anger. I don't know what it is, but I feel like we're going to get to it eventually. Deborah says, Remus is like a dark creativity, right? And the intrusive thoughts that come from him are sort of like a byproduct. Whereas if he and Roman were one side, he probably wouldn't have intrusive thoughts. No, I think he would, but I think they would be more in the way that Roman sometimes causes those to happen. You know how, like, the Aunt Patty naked from the Christmas episode, or just saying, like, the ending of the Christmas episode where he says the one line that makes no sense. I feel like they would be more like that rather than the dark stuff that Remus does. Because Remus being all evil only, like, he has no control over it. Any dark thing at all that Thomas even remotely considers negative or evil is going to come spewing out of Remus's mouth because that's all Remus can think about. He doesn't have any kind of filter or any kind of purity within him. He's literally just all the evil thoughts. So if Remus was one with Roman and they weren't split as two different sides, I feel like the intrusive thoughts would still be there, but they may not be as violent. And that just shows that sometimes intrusive thoughts can happen to people based on the experiences that they go through in life, which is why I think character Thomas has them. Yeah, Elena, I agree. Elena says Patton is one of my favorite characters, so I hope he will be more sympathetic towards Deceit and Remus. And I agree. I feel like that Patton over time, because Logan revealed that Patton is so strict because of the way that Thomas was brought up. I feel like eventually we're going to get to a point where Patton is going to be a little bit more understanding of how Deceit and Remus function. Because right now he's just like, no, I don't want it. Go away. Like, I don't want you here. So because of that, once Patton learns that he can't react in that such a knee-jerk fashion, that he's going to be able to see a little bit more from Deceit's and Remus's perspective. And I just have to say this. That I really, really want Patton to be smarter, because I'm really frustrated every time we get an episode where Patton could be intelligent, because Patton obviously is very smart. And we kind of got hit into this a little bit in Moving On, that Patton is always kind of like the joke side. Like, he always cracks jokes. And then Moving On, Thomas is like, you don't have to do that. It's okay to feel sad or whatever. And Patton seems really smart and well-spoken in that episode, but every time they give him the position to do something new again, they make him out to be stupid, like he doesn't know what he's doing. And I understand in SVS that he didn't know what he was doing. He could have called for help, but he didn't. Like, yeah, maybe Deceit did sideline Logan, but Patton never asked for his help either. And that's also a problem, because Patton has a hard time asking for help, period. Patton is still afraid to ask for help. He doesn't want to. He wants to do everything on his own because he's, I guess, considered the leader. Considering growing up, when Patton's name was revealed, like Thomas says, like Patton was the reason he started making videos in the first place. So Patton feels like he's got this really big, heavy-handed responsibility that he doesn't want to share with any of the other sides. And I feel like I just want Patton to be smart. I'm so tired of him always having to joke around. Like, I get that that's part of his character. I get that, he's supposed to be the fun-loving dad character, but the amount of puns and jokes when things are happening that are really serious, it just, me personally, it rubs me the wrong way. I feel like he's acting out, and that's not exactly how he actually acts. Like, I loved Patton in the earlier episodes because, yeah, he had like, especially go back to Losing My Motivation and watch that episode. Patton is able to joke around in that episode, but he's still very firm on how that it's not his reason that they lost motivation, but he also knows how to explain how he feels about why he can't have any motivation, why Thomas's heart is not in it. What happened to that, Patton? Like, I don't know. I feel like they're leading up to something with Patton's character, and I don't really know what it is. I don't know. It's really hard for me to do it. And I have more to go through, but Laura just responded to what I was talking about and saying, I think that SVS Patton is actually really smart. The way he questions Virgil, trying to get a roundabout way to his point, it's a really good debate tactic. I feel like it's ignored. No, that part I agree with. I actually really like the idea that he took, like, same with like Virgil, what he did with Virgil to get his point across. The problem is his point's not very firm. He keeps asking open-ended questions, and it drags Virgil along for a long time. I also think Patton's part in SVS when he's talking to Roman is really good too, because Roman doesn't fall for the manipulation tactic of, wouldn't you feel bad if someone promised to come to your wedding but then didn't show up? Roman doesn't feel that way. It definitely shows a divisive between the way Patton sees the situation and the way between Roman sees the situation. Deceit doesn't care either way. A lot of people say, oh, well, Deceit wanted him to choose the callback. No, Deceit wanted Thomas to stop lying to himself that he didn't want the callback when he does. Deceit got what he wanted, and that was the point of that. But I feel like the actual opposition in SVS is Roman versus Patton, because they definitely don't feel the same way about the situation. And Deceit points that out. Like, Roman's like, I don't want Deceit to win, but Roman does want Deceit to win because he wants Thomas to go to the callback. Deceit doesn't care. So, I guess in the long run, I'm just like, for those of you who haven't heard me say this before, Patton was originally my favorite character. Like, I really liked Patton, but the more the series went on, the dumber that he got, and I don't know, man. I want him to be smart again. I want him to, like, and he has had his moments here and there. I'm not saying that Patton isn't smart anymore. Like, I'm wearing my Patton shirt. I love Patton, but like, I just feel like we're not giving him all the respect he deserves, I guess. I know I'm going on a big, long tangent, but like, I really want Patton to get better. I'm sorry. I really want Patton to get better. Man, let's see here. Oh, lesbian life. My favorite side is Virgil. Always. Oh, Pistachio Land fanfic when Patton didn't have his name, he called Morgan. Yeah, Morgan was a very popular name for Patton before his name was revealed. Like, I'm pretty sure that was like the only name people used for him. I'm not really positive because I wasn't a part of the fandom back then, but I know a lot of names for Virgil. Like, Virgil was called Angst, short for anxiety. He was called Angel. He was called so many different names. And so Jackie asks, do you like Virgil before or after accepting anxiety more? I'm starting for anxiety version Virgil. And I'm like, I like Virgil as a whole. I like his character beforehand, where we know he was putting on a facade because he admits that in learning new things about ourselves. I like Virgil after the fact because he's more true to himself. He's not as afraid of the other sides. He's not as afraid of voicing how he feels about things. I just like Virgil as a whole. I love the fact that he has grown so much and in such a big character arc that he's starting to try to become his own. He's trying to become his own side where he's available to say what he wants to say. Like, he doesn't have to bite his tongue anymore. He doesn't have to act a specific way to get attention. So I feel like that's pretty good too. Pistachio Land, I'm going backwards on the chat on my phone, but I see another one here. Land says, but Deceit didn't get what he wanted in SVS. He was still pretty pissed off and saying that you're still missing the point. So while I agree that he wants Thomas lying to himself, I think he also wanted to be more selfish towards himself in a good way. While that's true, that's not what Joan says on Tumblr. They posted a thing a while back where someone said, thanks for showing to me that Patton was really manipulative or something like that, and that Deceit wanted Thomas to go to the callback, and Joan just flat out said, no, that's not what it is. Like, obviously they know that the ending of SVS is confusing and they're going to clear it up. And Deceit didn't get what he wanted in SVS because of the fact that Roman turns around and subsequently makes Thomas go to the wedding. That is where Deceit has a problem, because Deceit is so happy in the courtroom. He's like, oh my gosh, how, who knew it'd be so easy to convince someone to do something they already, wanted to do. Thomas wants to go to the callback. And by winning this case argument, Deceit thinks Thomas admitted it. Now he'll go to the callback. Now he'll actually do what he wants to do instead of lying to himself. But then Roman's like, no, I'm going to make you go to this wedding. And Deceit's like, what? What did we do this for? What was this if you're going to do the thing you don't want to do anyway? And that's exactly what he says. He says, I'm sure Thomas's friends will love that he's going to force himself to be there on their wedding day, which all of them are kind of like, oh gosh, yeah, I mean, So that's what I mean when I say that. And Jackie, when Deceit said there's smart ways to get people to do what you want anyway, did he mean sending Remus to Thomas or something more? That's possible because of the fact that Deceit's version of confronting the issue and bringing it to light did not work. It didn't work. But it's possible that Deceit was like, okay, Thomas, you don't want to lie to yourself anymore. You want to be upfront and honest with how you see things. Sure, take this. And he probably said, here, Remus, you deal with him because I'm done with this. He probably got frustrated. And that's where the big problem lies in with everybody being like, oh, Deceit is completely evil. No, he's a neutral side. He cares about Thomas more than anything else. Nothing outranks Thomas in Deceit's mind. He's a little different than most of the sides because, like, as we know from Logic versus Passion, we have that part where Logan and Roman are like, I'm the most important side here. And we had that whole episode of Logic versus Passion where they're like, well, no, this is better. No, this is better. This is better. Deceit doesn't care about anybody else other than the fact that what can I do to make Thomas's life easier? Because he is self-preservation, which, because of the way character Thomas was raised, it's possible to believe that deceit is considered evil because of that. Because there's a post that not a post, but a tweet that I screenshotted the other day that was huge and I thought was really big to what's going on in the series right now. Let me find it on my phone. Because I was just like, whoa, this is definitely what's going on right now. Here it is. It says, this is by @spiritualpoet_ on Twitter. I don't know who that is. I just know that this post here is exactly what's going on in the Sandersides right now, and I feel like I should share it. So it says, when you first start to draw boundaries and practice selfishness after several years of being programmed towards people-pleasing and codependency, you will be triggered to experience feelings of guilt or the villain archetype. Ignore it and proceed anyway. That literally explains what is going on right now in the series. Character Thomas is finally being selfish for himself for once in his life. He's finally wanting to do something that isn't a people pleaser, that isn't a friend pleaser. He's wanting to do something for himself for selfish reasons. But his upbringing has taught him that that is wrong and that is evil. That being selfish is evil, and that's not true. And that's what deceit, as a side, being self-preservation, is trying to teach him. That you don't need to lie to yourself. And number one, why is Thomas calling... Like, I always had this issue, too, in the episode of SVS. After Thomas admits that he wants to go to the callback, he doesn't want to go to the wedding. He says he's going to play Word Crush on his phone and do all this other shit. Why is it that he says, I'm a liar? Because he's not a liar. Lying is saying that he wants to go to the wedding, not that he wants to go to the callback. Because he does want to go to the callback. That's literally the whole reveal in the episode, is that he doesn't want to go to the wedding. So by going to the wedding, he is continuing to lie to himself. He's continuing to lie. He's being the liar that he's afraid that he is. That's the thing I don't understand about the conclusion to that episode, is like, you know, yeah, obviously having sympathy for people is great, and putting yourself in their shoes is a great life lesson, because it's true. You know, it is important, and it's possible that these friends that, you know, Mary Lee and Lee, you know, maybe they will be there for Thomas in the future when he's, you know, getting married himself or doing something and he needs help, and they'll remember that, you know, he came to their wedding. But like, if Thomas is so afraid of being a liar, why is he going to the wedding? Because he's lying about wanting to be there. He's still lying. Like, it doesn't solve anything. It's just so confusing, and I'll get off my high horse now, but I had to talk about that because that has been bothering me since the premiere of SVS. Like, it's always been bothering me. Like, it bothers me. Thing is that he doesn't say I'm a liar because he's willing to lie for selfish means. Going to the callback is not a lie. That's not a lie. He's lying that he wants to go to the wedding at all. So by Roman forcing him to go to the wedding, he continues to lie. Because if he didn't want to be a liar, he'd be like, okay, I want to go to the callback, and it's not, you know, and if I go to the wedding, I'm lying that I want to be there. Like, that's how I see it. Maybe it'll be something completely different. Maybe I'm completely off base, but that's just how I see it. I don't know. It can be anyway. Like, and sorry, I'm reading some of your all's comments now. You know, and then Jack of all trades, yes, I agree. I think that's why I want the next dark side to be anger or rage, because I don't think Logan can beat that dark side. That's what I want. I want a dark side that Logan can't rationalize with, because he beat deceit, sort of, and then he definitely put Remus in his place. So I really want a dark side that needs an emotional connection that Logan that Logan doesn't have, that he doesn't understand, because he has to be able to work through that character's emotions to get into an opening, and I just don't think that's going to happen. Like that. I want a side that like, I want Patton to be smart. So let the next dark side be something emotional. So Patton can be serious for once and show everybody that he's not just the goofball, that he can be intelligent and be smart and cite things. And like, because yes, I understand that Logan is, logic and knowledge and all this stuff, and Patton is emotions, but they've all shown that they know things about their own responsibilities, which means Patton does know things about being morality. So that's what I want. I want a side that can't be rationalized with logic. It needs an emotional, intelligent conversation about emotions, and I want Patton to do it. Because I'm just, it's so annoying. That's what I want. And the chat's moving too fast because I keep rambling. So I was just reading some of your comments. Sorry. I get quiet because I have a hard time reading words. Thank you, Claire. I'm glad you like my rambling because I don't really get to ramble both sides too much anymore. Unless it's in the car to myself because I'm an idiot. But, whatever. But yeah, so like that's pretty much my whole thing on the SVS episode. Like I'm really hoping part 2 opens up a lot of things. Like it's just so much to think about and talk about. Like, my gosh. But, and I just, and Pistachio Land, you're right. Land says, I think it's a similar thing he did when Logan said he needs to grow up. Thomas said, yeah, maybe it will eventually make me happy. Maybe he thinks that if he forces him to go to the wedding, he'll eventually believe that's what he wants. I guarantee it. It's a manipulation tactic that our brains do to us, is that if we feel like if there's something that we're supposed to do, and if we do it enough and we continue doing it enough, that we think it's something that we actually want. It's kind of like the thing that people, I think parents do this a lot with their kids, is that if they give a child the food that the child doesn't like, eventually the child will convince themselves that they like that food, even though they may not. They may just like the texture, the taste, the consistency, anything. So like that's why I think is going on now, is I think it's definitely a thing of like, if I tell myself this is what I want, eventually that will be what I want. And it's a self-manipulation tactic. Like, and thank you guys for being so nice. I'm glad you guys like my rambling. You guys are awesome. Like, I don't get to really talk to too many people that much about like the stuff that like I'm really into like this, that I really think too heavily and deeply about. So no, that's awesome. And we spent almost 40 minutes talking about this. That's nuts. Like, man, I get on a kicker when I start to ramble, don't I? But, and thank you to everybody saying that I blew your mind or something like that. I'm glad you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Like, that makes me really happy because I think about this stuff really hard, a lot. And I'm always like, I don't want to read too deep into it because it is just a YouTube series. I know Thomas and friends take it very seriously, but at the same time, there's only so deep of a canon lore that you can get to. But yeah, so I don't want to go too deeply. Has Dot moved? No, she's still snoozing. Oh, Claire, you're too sweet. Thank you. I don't always think I'm smart. I didn't have the best grades in school, and I dropped out of college, so what do I know, right? But real quick, guys, you want to take a break, and I'll wake up Dot because she doesn't need to sleep all day. She keeps me awake at night. So, does anybody want to see Dot? I'll go get her because she's been asleep for too long, and she tends to be real grumpy. Yeah, if you want to go to college, go to college. I dropped out because I was dumb and it was a lot of money and I didn't have the money to pay it. And I decided I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. And then I never went back. So, yeah. Okay, everybody wants to see Dot. So let me get her. Hang on a second. Okay. Oh, you heard me say your name. Your eyes are open now. Oh, here, go stretch. Oh, stretchy baby. Oh, stretchy. She's a long girl. Meow. Okay, everybody's happy to see you, Dot. Look at all people saying your name. Hello. She said, my name is Dot, and I'm upset because my mama moved me. You stink. No, you need a bath. You stink. Meow what? What are you mewing for? Yeah, and unfortunately, Dot lost a fang the other day. You can't really see it, but she lost her fang on the side of her face. I'm sorry to tell everybody, but you did. Oh, you guys want to see a funny little cat thing that I have with her? So we've been doing this ever since she was little. So you guys have to see this. All right, you gonna do it? Dot? All right, kiss me. Okay, your turn. Okay, my turn. Your turn. My turn. Your turn. All right, my turn. There you go. Oh gosh. So we've done that ever since she was like really small. She always ducks her face and she lets me kiss her and then she kisses me back and it continues. I know you probably want something to eat, but you'll eat after I'm done, okay? She's a good girl. Yeah, she does it all the time. I'm glad I got that on camera here. I've needed to get it recorded for a long time, so there you go. She always knows how to do your turn, my turn. It's been that way ever since she was cute. Ever since she was like really small. I want to say she was like, I want to say about a year or two when she first started licking my nose to and I signified it as a kiss and I just started to keep teaching her how to do it and she's done it ever since. So that's cool. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. Jester, I'm sorry you can't have a cat. Oh my God, it hurts my heart when people are allergic to cats, but they love cats. I'm just like, oh man, I don't even know what I'd do with my life if I was allergic to cats. I've had cats since I was, oh my gosh, I was 7 years old when we got my first cat. His name was Lucky. He was adorable. He lived until I was 14. He unfortunately died of kidney failure, and we had to put him to sleep. And then after that, I got another cat named Cece, but she was really sick. So we weren't able to keep her. We had her for like 2 weeks. And then we didn't get a cat for a long time after that. But I had a neighbor who moved out, but left his cat, which was really sad. But her name was Miss Whiskers. And she was the precious little thing. She would love to lay, on the porch because our porch was concrete and she loved to rub her body all over it. And then shortly after Miss Whiskers I think she just kind of vanished. And then after that we got Dot and Dot's been with me ever since. Dot is 12 years old. So I've had her for a very long time. And then of course now we have Virgil and Callie who are almost 6 months at this point. They're getting pretty old, but I'm glad you all love her. And oh my gosh, Sydney, you have 11 cats. Oh my gosh, I would love to have 1,000 cats, but I live in an apartment. Can't have that many cats here. And it's also really hard that I work 40 hours a week. It would be nearly impossible for me to take care of that many cats on my own. That would be very difficult. Okay, so some people have been talking about Sanderside's through me showing Dot, so I should go back up and read those. Sorry. All right, so Jack of all trades says, next dark side, I agree 100% that if Logan can't rationalize, Patton should rise up. I get he's the goofball, but he's been shown to be smarter than Logan at times, such as the infinitesimal moment. Exactly. Patton has been shown to be so smart. Why do they keep throwing that away? God, I agree. 100%, Jack, 100%. I totally 100% agree with you. I really want that so bad. Yeah, no, I know you're right, Philip, but anytime I talk about the fact that I dropped out of college, the first response I get is, oh, well, why didn't you just finish school? Are you not smart enough? I don't need your judgment. Let's see. Aliyah, I guess how you say it. Aliyah, I'm sorry, I mispronounced your name. I want to see one of the sides say all the dark sides are evil, which causes Virgil to step and say, is that what you think about me? Which leads us to learning more about them. Yes, I want someone to explicitly say that dark sides are evil. And then I want Virgil to be like, okay, so you're talking about me too? Because I used to be one of them. Because I think all the sides know that. I think all the sides know, and I'm pretty sure that Thomas said this on a live stream, that that Logan, Roman, and Patton already knew that Virgil was a previous dark side. It was only character Thomas who didn't know. So that would be nice for one of them to just blurt out, "Oh, the dark sides are evil," or something like that. And then Virgil's just like, "Is that including me? Because I used to be one of them." So yeah, that would be cool. Oh my gosh, 7 kittens, Sydney. Holy crap. That's awesome. JJ, yeah, the theory of Virgil deceit and Remus getting along when Virgil was paranoia. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think that was like probably in Thomas's adolescence. Jackie, her fang's okay. The spot where her fang fell out, like I don't even know what happened to her fang. Like I have no idea. I woke up one day and she was kind of like doing this with her mouth. She was kind of like running her lip up like that, and I was like, "What are you doing, that?" And I lifted up her lip to find out that her fang was gone. So I was like, "Okay." I didn't take her to the vet for it, but she's not acting any different, and it looks healed. So I'm not super concerned about it right now. I'm starting to think my chat is. Oh no! I don't know why my connection's unstable. I'm gonna turn the Wi-Fi off on my phone. Yeah, no, it's my connection. Sorry. And Maxie, how dare you post an update while I'm live streaming? How dare you? I'm missing my children because she posted an update. Anyway, bye, Moo Moo Matt. Go learn stuff. Be a good kid. Go to school. Go do learny stuff. Maxie, don't laugh at me, butthead. Anyway. Okay, so I'm so talked out now after rambling like that. It's something that I've thought about for a long time, but yeah. No, Lottie, no, you're right. The maybe Remus turned up like because Thomas had to be more honest after Deceit turned up, and that means himself too. And no, yeah, I mean that's literally what Remus's story alludes to. Because you have to remember the sides are Thomas, so like Thomas revealing that he wanted to with himself, like that's just Deceit being self-preservation. Like, okay, he doesn't want to lie to himself anymore, so let's just turn off that lie and reveal that you have these nasty, icky thoughts. Cheesy to go, why do you think the dark sides knew the main side's names, but the mains didn't know the others' names? I'm thinking that once one of the sides knows a name, because I think it's fairly obvious, because Patton says this, I think everybody knew everybody's name other than Virgil's. And the reason is because if you watch Accepting Anxiety Part 2, one of the lines that Patton says is that, you're the last one, and even we don't know your name, so we're kind of curious. So I get the feeling that Logan, Roman, and Patton all knew each other's names before they revealed them to Thomas. Because Patton also gives away Logan's name, so that's kind of obvious. But like, I feel like the only one whose name is unknown, or the only ones whose names weren't known, were Virgil and probably Deceit. I don't think Deceit's name is known either, but I think it's just the two of them. Well, Laura, I know Joan and Thomas have said that they don't have any plans of stopping anytime soon. Like, obviously, there will be an end at some point. Everything comes to an end, like when the story and character arcs are done. But I don't think the Sanders side as the series is going to end anytime soon, because they talked about like a season finale for like season 2 and like other things they want to go over, and they have a lot of ideas. So I don't think it's going to end anytime soon. No. Yes, Dragon Lover. I can go on about that. Dragon Lover says, "Can we talk about how good Thomas is at acting, though? Like when I see Roman, for example, I don't think that's just Thomas in a prince costume. I look, oh look, it's Roman. That is literally my number one thing I love about this series. Like, yes, the writing is amazing. Yes, I love the stories. Yes, I love the characters. But I love Thomas's acting. It's so good. I've been a fan of anime for a really long time, so I'm used to listening to like the same voice actors do different roles, and the way they interpret and approach that role is really big. Like, I watch anime and I watch it English dubbed. Go ahead and unsub if you want to. I like English dub anime. Not that I don't love Japanese versions, but I prefer watching in the English dub. And English dubbing has come such a long way, and I really love the fact that you can take the same voice actor, voice actress, and they can do 17,000 different roles, but the way they approach that character, it isn't really like a character voice like what they used to do in like Looney Tunes cartoons and cartoons of like the early 60s and 70s. It's more along the lines of like, it's the same voice, but it's interpreted differently than how you would interpret, you know, like a movie role. Like, because like, you know, for example, Will Smith is always Will Smith, no matter what movie he does, right? Like, he looks like himself. He always sounds like himself. Unless he's doing like a specific archetype of character, he never really changes his voice, you know? But people get on certain voice actors for always sounding the same in English because, and like, you know, you're supposed to not sound exactly the same. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but all Japanese voice actors sound the same too. Like, I have favorite Japanese voice actors because I can pull their voice. Like, I love Miyano Momoro, but he literally sounds the same in every voice, or in every role he does. So that's where, getting back to Thomas, like, he does such a good job in defining the different size voices and the different way that they hold themselves, especially Remus. Like, like, to be fair, most of the sides are pretty much just like Thomas. Like, I feel like for Thomas, Roman and Patton are probably the two easiest because they're probably the closest to his personality. But then you have Logan and Virgil that kind of, you know, push him a little bit more into like a different kind of tone than his own voice. But then you have Deceit and Remus that act incredibly different. Like, it's just so, it feels like he is the character, even though it seems very different than himself. Like, that's one thing that always gets me is I've seen clips and stuff of Thomas being JD from Heathers, and I know absolutely nothing about that play. I know absolutely nothing about it at all. But when I see pictures of him, I don't actually see Thomas. I see JD and how evil and conniving that he looks. Like, I know absolutely nothing about him. But like, man, he just looks, woo, just so terrible. Yeah, Lottie, you're right. You know, he doesn't act the parts, he becomes the parts. That's the sign of a good actor. And it is, for sure. Oh, Foxfire, yep, you can't get up. That's against pet law. You're stuck there now. Sorry. I'm very sorry that you are stuck there now. Pet law states that you are not allowed to move. Yeah, I know. My connection's being real dumb, and I don't even know why. Dot's asleep again, guys. You want to see her? Look how cute she is. So cute. Baby. Hi. She's like, hi, Mom. I lick your finger. You're so dumb. Anyway. She is sleepy, baby. This is true. I'll kind of tilt it down so you guys can see her. There. You also see more of my shirt. I have the Patton shirt. Yay. Oh my gosh, my hair is so long. Y'all, happy birthday, Defo Days. If I said that right, Defo Days. Is that how you say it? Good. Happy birthday. Have a happy birthday. I'm glad you decided to share your birthday in my chat. That's awesome. I'm sorry my connection's crap. I gotta scroll back up with my phone because my computer won't do it. I feel like all the sides are like the same age, but if I had to pick, I would feel like in the way that humans develop, I'm gonna say that more than likely Patton is probably the oldest because the first thing you learn is basically how to function to get what you want, which is where you learn the difference between right and wrong. But I just feel like the way you function would be first. So either Patton or Logan is the oldest, and then you learn that you want to be creative. So then that's when Roman comes into play. And it's not until you're a little bit older that you begin to get like fears and scary. So that's when you would get Virgil. And then like the older you get, the more you start to protect yourself, which is where deceit would come in. And then you would get Remus as a separate thing if you are raised a specific way to think that, you know, things are evil and you shouldn't think that way, which would lead to Remus, or you would just have Roman, depending on, you know, how it works for you, you know, you specifically. Yeah, Nana, it probably is my PC getting hot because you guys can't hear it, but it's freaking loud. I need a new computer. But that costs money and I can't do that. I don't have any money. Oh, bye, Jester. It's been like 2 minutes. You're probably already gone, but bye. Oh, Foxfire. Riley, I need your opinion. Does Roman have legs? We've never been shown that he does, so who knows? Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Oh, I said it right. Yay, I'm so glad I said it right, Daffodils. Yay, it makes me happy. Bye, D-Heart. See you later. I'm sorry, I'm reading through old comments. Bye. Galaxy Kitten, to be fair, I haven't really seen that many animatics. Like, I don't really watch too many. And if I do, I don't really remember what they were because they're like, you know, maybe a couple minutes long. I'm trying to remember if any come to my mind immediately. There have been a lot done by Fangirl the Fullest or Tashi. Her art is so beautiful, and she's done quite a few real short ones with certain pairings that that's one of the first ones that comes to my mind. I really feel like that would probably be the first person I think of. That or Altruistic Skittles on Tumblr. Like a lot of cat stuff is like really good too. Ashman, the Roman is not Roman in Vine. That's the Prince. Thomas has said that they're two different universes, so anything we've seen of the Prince in Vines doesn't count because that's not Roman. Yeah, we've seen Remus's legs in the music video. Yeah, if you guys want to like leave a comment, like not in the chat, but like when this video is published, if you guys want to put your favorite animatic down below, maybe I'll make a reaction video of watching some animatics. I don't see why not. Oh, we've officially been here an hour, guys. Ooh, we've officially been here an hour. Well, Jackie, when we say Roman's legs, we mean like Roman's new design full outfit, which we haven't seen, unless you count the drawn images of Roman in Logan versus and Logic versus Passion. That'd be the only time you could think about. Daffodil Days. Was Remus standing on Roman and DeWitt? Is that why he never stood up until Remus left? The world may never know. Well, Remus also did like re-knock him out again with the flick, so who knows how heavy he was knocked out because of that. Yes, Jack. Hour mark celebration. How much longer do you guys want to hang out? We can talk about other stuff. You could ask me more questions. I don't mind. I don't really have too much to do today, so I'm just kind of like, it's whatever. Though I do need to play my mobile game because there's ×5 experience going on right now. May asks, do you think we'll see a sides room in the next episode? No, because it's the episode to SVS, so I highly doubt it. I mean, if we saw a sides room, it would probably be Deceits, but I really don't think that's going to happen. Well, Deceit doesn't really get tripped up by him. I always took that scene, like when Patton rises up, is that Patton's like shoving his head into Deceit's butt. It's like he's like, bam, hit, ow, bang, hit, ow, and Deceit's like, that didn't hurt. Because, I mean, it really wouldn't hurt your feet. It would more hurt, like, your butt or your back. I'm sorry. That's just how I've always seen that episode. And Sydney, as unfortunately as I would love to do it, I don't think I can go on forever. You know, Lan, I really hope the next two-parter is about Roman's issues because, my God, we have waited so long for, like, something with his character in terms of, like, all the buildup of all the issues that he's had. And then on top of that, like, you know, they originally said that we couldn't have Roman's room because they needed to introduce a dark side before that, which leads me to believe that Roman and Remus are going to share a room. So, yes, I would love to have the next two-parter be about Roman and we get to see his room and maybe Remus gets to make another appearance. That would be very nice. JJ asked, do you think Virgil and the others got along, but as Thomas grew older, Virgil distanced himself to protect Thomas? Maybe. I mean, that's possible. I think more than likely what happened was the more Thomas grew up, the more he saw anxiety as a bad thing, as a unnecessary thing that he needed to get rid of. And that's why Virgil became a dark side. Because I feel like all the dark sides are just things that Thomas thinks is evil or scary. Things that he doesn't understand. So, Elebron the Mystic. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you like my stuff. Lots of love. And go do the things you got to do. I believe in you. Go do your thing. But yeah, no, I think that the only reason Virgil was ever one of the others is because that Thomas didn't understand his anxiety and wanted to get rid of it instead of working with it. And I feel like that's the whole plot of all the others, the dark sides, if you would be that like that's all it means is that Thomas doesn't understand them. And Dragon Lover, it's all a joke, honey. Don't worry. It's just a joke. Because we've never canonically seen Roman's legs in anything, but we've seen the rest of them. And I can't decide what I want to do with my hair. It keeps getting in my way. And yes, Lan, or don't accept them. Like, he just doesn't think they're necessary. Hello, everybody. I got new people in here. Hello. Hello to Sort of a Big Deal. Hello, Peter. Hello, Missy. Hello, Quincy. Hello, everybody. My chat on my screen is like really far behind, but the one on my phone is better. So sorry if it looks down. I'm looking down. I'm actually looking at the chat. Like I actually have a picture of myself. Like I'm looking at the chat. It loads faster than anything else. A channel called Dead Sound. No, well, what's it about? Like what do they make? Like what are their animations about? Yeah, Philip says, I still have issues with seeing the sides as in Thomas's mind, not real people, just because of how good Thomas is at acting. Yep, that's true. I have a hard time, like, that's why I love, like, sometimes the pictures that Thomas will post on Twitter and Instagram, or like, you know, like just like shots of them, like Thomas doesn't realize how much we would all give our left foot for just like full on photo shoots of our boys. Like, I would give anything for a nice, just really funny, maybe they could edit the pictures together so they're all standing together joking around, like what I wouldn't give for that kind of content. Like, please, Thomas, listen to us. Like, the simplest of contents of our boys. Like everybody freaked out over that TikTok that he made, right? With all the characters, including Emil and Sleep. Like, that was such a big deal. Like, all those characters being all together at once was such a mind-blowing thing, and it probably didn't take him very long to make. Like, we're not, like, the reason why we all act so crazy when a new Sides episode comes out, because that's usually the only content that we get about our boys, is that 45 minutes every 3 to 4 months. So if he wanted to, like, post pictures every now and then, or make more TikToks of the boys, and hell, I see your comment, Catherine, a calendar. Make a calendar. Make something that we can have of the Sides all the time. Like, it would be so much fun if we could have little, and I think that's why a lot of people are like, well, I like the short episodes. No, the short episodes were good, but you liked how often they came out more than necessarily the content that was in them. It was nice to have them continuously in there. Nana, you don't know what the TikTok is? Oh my gosh, go look up Thomas's TikTok. It's so good. It's a song. Oh my God, it's a comedian singing a song at one of their stand-ups, and he voices over with it with all the Sides, including Emil Picani from Cartoon Therapy and Sleep from the Sanders Shorts. It's amazing. You definitely need to watch it. It's on his Instagram. It's on his Twitter. It's on his TikTok. It's everywhere. It's on his Tumblr. It's such a good TikTok. I love that thing. Bo Burnham. Thank you, Jackie. I couldn't remember. It's such a good video. So funny. Oh my gosh. I watched it 3 or 4 times over and over again. And it was so funny to watch the fandom blow up, because we haven't seen Emil in like forever. Like, when's the last Cartoon Therapy? Like a bajillion years ago. Like, it was great. And then I couldn't believe that Sleep is in there too. But we all know that like the fandom loves Sleep, obviously, because, you know, he keeps. Thank you, Ashman. I'm already singing it in my head. Oh, the thing is so good. And yes, Jackie, I'm really excited for the next Cartoon Therapy as well, because I love Cartoon Therapy. I do have a react to the second Cartoon Therapy about Avatar: The Last Airbender on my channel. I didn't get to react to the first one. I'm going to say, Buttersweet Loveless says, I have a question. Do you think we might ever see Patton snap, wanting them to listen to him because he would in some way panic about what society thinks about Thomas? Not really, because Patton isn't that kind of character. I think he might panic and get a little, like, iffy and stuff, and he might get upset, but I don't think he would ever snap and get angry. I know he's a lot of Thomas's emotions, but I don't feel like anger is his department. He's more about the knowing of right and wrong and like happy and sad, not necessarily all the little emotions. If he was, Virgil wouldn't exist, because anxiety is an emotion. And I don't know if Roman feels bad, because I don't know if he can feel bad, because that concept of light versus dark isn't really Roman's fault. It's Thomas's fault for the way that he interprets good versus evil. So it's kind of a mixed bag on that. Yeah, Jackie, I mean, I guess you can call that a snap in Moving On Part 2, but he's more along the lines of like, he's just getting emotional. So he's just like, stop, please. Like, it's a little different. Oh, Lan, Emil's name is in the description of the original video. Thomas actually explicitly says Dr. Emil Picani in the description of the video. Jack says, now Remus is revealed. Roman's room is available. Each time that we've gone to a room, a side was upset. Virgil quit. Patton over breakups. What problem we brought up to justify Roman's room? One of my favorite headcanons is one day Roman shows up and he's not in the prince outfit, because he finally realizes that he's not protecting Thomas enough, and he's not helping Thomas enough, and he doesn't deserve the honor of being in the prince outfit. and I want him to be like a child, and I want him to like run away to his room, like in the middle of the episode. I want him to run away to his room, and they have to follow him. And that's why they go to the room, is to follow him. I feel like that would be really good. And Philip, as much as I think Logan would butt heads with Roman, I don't think he'd leave again because they don't tend to do the same thing twice. And I can't take credit for that idea, guys. I saw that on Tumblr a very long time ago. I have no idea who originally said it, but I really agree with it. I really agree that it's definitely... I think this is definitely something that would be really cool. Would be Roman not showing up at the prince outfit, and then I think art I saw by Sidespart on Tumblr was like Logan like really close to Roman, kind of holding his face to make him look at him and saying the world will always need princesses. And I feel like that's really a really good message for Roman, is that like, because Roman says something along to the effects of like, I feel like we're growing. I think it's in the Crofters and Musical episode where he says something along the lines of like, we're outgrowing the idea of needing princesses and stuff like that. And we don't need that anymore. So I feel like that's leading up to that idea that everybody would eventually like not need a prince anymore. And that's why Roman gets out of the... Sort of a big deal. What effects would Roman's room have on every other side, though? It's a good question. I don't know. Like, I don't really know what effect Roman's room could have, other than maybe it makes them not care as much about how they, like, maybe it ups their egoism to like where like Virgil would be even more cocky and Logan would be even more cocky, and it's more along the lines of like Roman's learned how to handle the cockiness of his own room in terms of like, he goes in there and yeah, it's a little bit different, but like he's learned to control it. But the rest of them get really, really cocky to the form of like being mean to the others. I feel like that'd be really the only thing we could do. I don't know what else it could be, but I'm sure they've come up with something because they're amazing at writing the series. So who knows? Daffodil says, I think the Roman's room is like a maze, like the hero's journey. There would be trials to the sides would have to face to get to Roman. Like the sides would have to outfits like Dungeons and Dragons. Dude, that would be amazing, but really difficult with their budget. Like, I don't know how they would do that, but that would be really, really cool. And yes, Doc, I agree. Daydream and delusion. Yeah, that could be something too. They could be like maybe that might be the first time we see Logan become completely unhitched in terms of like in an emotional way. Because like obviously he ducked out of Patton's room and he was overly anxious in Virgil's room. Maybe this is the first time we'd see Logan be emotional in a room. That'd be pretty cool. Oh, thanks, Aaliyah. I'm glad you like that idea. No, and I think him just, running away would be nice. Well, see, the reason why I think Logan wouldn't have fun in his room, but also the reason why I think Logan would lose control is because if you remember back to Am I Original when we got Roman's name, they talked about daydream mode and how like when Logan shows up, he says, this is daydream mode. Why am I here? I have no part in this. And he literally looks scared. He looks really, really scared to be standing there. Like he backs up. He's got his hands up. Like I play no part in this. Why am I here? I feel like daydream mode or like being in Roman's room could unhinge Logan and make him think a lot of things that he wouldn't normally think. I think it would mess with him a little bit. Yeah, Dot always hangs out in my room with me. She's a mama's girl. Aren't you, Dottie Doo? Lick, lick, lick. You're so cute. She's kind of purring, but you guys can't. I don't think so, Jackie. Like, Logan has gotten a lot better at understanding all the sides and the way they interpret things, especially with Roman having a whole episode to kind of discuss how they sit on things. I feel like they would still affect I think Logan would still go if it was for Roman. I think he would still go. And Catherine, maybe Logan would be like Patton with the spiders. Maybe Logan would just be like, this place is unhinged and I don't like it. Nothing makes sense here. This is stupid. I want out. Maybe that's how he would be. I'm reading your comment, Aaliyah, and I kind of see that a little bit. Leah says that my theory is that the light side's rooms only affect dark sides when looking at Patton's room, it only affected Virgil and vice versa. It kind of did, but at the same time, it also affected Roman and Thomas in the fact that they didn't notice anything was happening to Virgil. They were too blinded by all the memories. And it obviously affected Patton too, because he immediately was completely different once he got in the room. He was just like, I don't know why I was so nervous to bring you all here, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. It's really hard to know until we go into another room. If we have canon proof that like Virgil gets just as unsettled in any room that's not his own, so maybe that'll prove true. You know, I always make fun of Thomas for adjusting hair in videos, but like I do the same thing. Because my hair is long and I hate it. It's so everywhere. I'm not a big fan of my hair. Oh yeah, there's a fly in my room. Beautiful. So many flies in my house. See, Lottie, the only problem with chopping my hair off to my shoulders is that it's hard to tell because this camera kind of whitewashes me a little bit, but I'm actually half Hispanic, so when my hair gets cut to like lower than this, it just goes poof, and it looks terrible, which is why I keep it long, so whenever I do this, it stays nice and straight and doesn't go poof. So, but I do want to get it cut really short, but I don't know. Yeah, Missy, we kind of talked about that earlier. I think Deceit's name will be revealed, but I think it'll be the last one that ever gets revealed. I think we'll get the other dark side, and they'll get their name, and then we'll get Deceit's name last. And Lottie, yeah, I've tried layers. They don't work for my hair. They just don't. Like the underside is like way too curvy, and if you dry it, it poofs out real bad too. But then again, maybe my hairdresser didn't know what she was doing when she cut them. I don't know. I was also pretty young when I tried them the last time, so who knows. Daffodil Days, that's awesome. Yes, donating hair is great. I'm definitely going to do that when the time comes. Catherine, I think I kind of said this earlier, but I think that once we get, I think we won't get Deceit's name until Thomas apologizes to Deceit in some way and kind of like shows an appreciation for him. I think everything after that will be a red herring. Theory names, I mean, I like Ethan for relating to ethos. I like Dolos that Defode says. I like Damien. I like the only thing that might prevent them from using Damien would be because that's the same name as one of Markiplier's egos, so they may not do that. But I really like Ethan a lot. I think Ethan would be good. And Dolos would be cool too. And Sydney, yeah, Declan. Declan's another name I really like. You know, you got any tips on how to stop biting the skin on your fingers? Because, jeez. Well, Philip, Thomas has said that all the sides are like him. They're all he, him, and they're all gay. Like, they're not individually, like, different sexualities. But, I mean, if you want to have a headcanon, like, your stories and stuff, then that's different. Yeah, Jack asked, what kind of props do you feel Roman's room would have? As Virgil had posters, Patton had items from Thomas's past. I feel like it'd be loaded with Disney items. Yeah, I feel like a lot of it would be stuff from plays that he's been involved in. That's mostly what I think would be in it. Sorry, I'm trying to keep this fly from getting out of my window. I don't want him in my room. No, I think it would mostly be like a lot of Disney stuff and a lot of like memorabilia that Thomas has from like different things that he likes. All the different outfits from all the costumes that he's ever worn in his life. Just a lot of different things. I feel like we'd see a lot of like accolades in there, like awards for like anything he's gotten for a play. Kind of similar to Patton, where like the Golden Apple would probably be in there too. Well, sort of a big deal. You're a little late. I kind of had this really big talk about how I think deceit is not. It's not. I don't think he should be redeemed. I think he should be apologized to, but I don't really want to go into detail again because I kind of already did it. But pretty much what I went with was that like deceit is self-preservation at most, and I feel like once Thomas realizes how much deceit helped him in his life, that he deserves at least an apology for like being ridiculed for all of the entirety of SVS. But I mean, you're free to think what you think. I'm just saying like my side of it. Oh, Jackie, one you say the Roman's room has a large mirror. One of my other favorite headcanons I've seen before is that Roman does have a large mirror in his room, but it's covered up because he doesn't want to see himself. He doesn't like how he looks. He's afraid of looking in mirrors. And then there are some people that have said like there's a mirror in there, but it's cracked. It's completely terrible looking. Like he's broken it before. Bye, Lynn. See you later. Thanks for all your input. Hey, Oliver. No, we don't know when the next episode is going to be out. I'm presuming somewhere in October or November. Sorry, I'm just reading through your comments, guys. I don't mean to go quiet. Dot is also snoring. You guys can't hear her, but she's really loud. Such a sleepy baby. Well, welcome to my streams, Dragon Lover. I'm going to be doing streams every Saturday at noon, and I don't know how long they're going to be. Bye, JJ. See you later. I don't know how much longer I'll be here, but we'll find out. It's already been an hour and 20 minutes. Oh, Christopher, that's a good idea. Like what? Oh, that's a good idea. What if like Roman's room, like it is his room, but there's like a mirror in it that you can like walk through, and when you go in there, because they use the funhouse mirror thing, what if you can walk into the mirror and it's Remus's room in the reflection, and it's literally like flipped, like it's like let's say they're obviously going to be in Thomas's living room, so like what if you like what if you go in the room's backwards? So like Virgil would be on the right because it's a mirror image instead of being on the left near the staircase. The staircase is now on the right and it's opposite. And like Patton's on the left and the window's on the left, and that would be so neat. Like I'm sorry, that just that made my brain go on. I really like that idea of it being like a mirror image. That would be really, really cool. Like being able to walk into a mirror to get to Remus, and like in the middle of the episode, like the mirror starts like doing something, and all of a sudden Remus walks out of it. Like that would be so cool. I want more episodes of Remus in it, if that's not obvious. I really like Remus. Dot, you're so loud. They can't hear you, but man, she's sleepy, girl. She's so sleepy. And she needs her nails cut. Oh, Ashman, I like that. What if the mirror was in the place of the TV? Yeah, I like that a lot. And maybe like when Roman's standing there, it's like a similar thing that happened to him again. Like Remus just randomly shows up in the mirror while he's talking to Thomas. That'd be creepy. Sort of big deal says, you think Logan would have shared his name when he did if Patton hadn't told Thomas? I feel like he would have waited. I don't think his name weighs as heavily on him as everybody else's name. Like Patton and Roman and Logan, I think since they already knew each other's names, like the weight of their names wasn't as important to them. So I feel like Logan probably wouldn't have said it for a while because it just doesn't mean that much to him. Oh, sorry, Jay. My bad. I didn't know. I will learn to pronounce things better. I suck. Oh, bye, sort of big deal. Have fun. Thank you for being nice to animals and working at an animal shelter because that's awesome. Kiss all the kitties for me. Sorry I keep turning around to mess with my kitty. I love her. And I get easily distracted. Oh, thank you, Summer. Thank you. I'm glad you like my theories and my discussion videos. And my kitties love you too. Dot loves you, and so do Virgil and Callie. They're outside. They're probably still asleep because they're in cages and it's dark with the intention of having them sleep so they can... Oh, Thomas just posted his Super Art Saturday. I can't draw, so I don't ever get put in these, but it's all the art from Joan Appreciation Day and the Gay Disney Prince song, which is awesome, and of course Sandersides. Everybody's awesome. Yeah, all of his friends do need an Appreciation Day. I agree with that. Misty says, do you think that when they sang Forbidden Fruit and Remus was holding the mirror, they were hinting at something? Yeah, I do. I think the mirror is like definitely an analogy for something to just learn more about yourself, and the fact that it was like a reference to the fact that Remus himself is a mirror image of Roman. Oh, Lottie, that would be funny. If Remus is the monster under Roman's bed, he giggles while Roman tries to sleep. That'd be funny. There's people who have done fan art of Roman and Remus like sharing a bunk bed. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Oh, Sydney, yeah, I saw that Talon might have an Appreciation Day February 2nd, but I think a lot of people are trying to maybe do it in December on their birthday instead, and maybe keep the Appreciation Days to their birthdays to make it easier for people to follow. Oh, Summer, you're from England? Well, thank you for joining. Appreciate that. I'm in good old US of A, unfortunately. Jack, was anybody else scared by the Remus reveal? You guys have seen my reaction if you're here, I'm pretty sure. I freaked out, man. I didn't even think it was a person. I just said, what is that? And I screamed it because it terrified the crap out of me. And Nana, exactly. Imagine them in bunk beds that Remus used to feed to make Roman uncomfortable. Yeah, exactly. Remus has the lower bunk, so he just kicks Roman in the butt all the time. Oh, Lottie, you're from England too? Awesome. I want to get to Europe at some point. I've never been out of the country before. Like, I've never been anywhere. Like, I've always lived in the United States, and I've never traveled out of the country. Like, not even to Canada. Like, I want to go. Yes, Maxie, I'm coming to Germany. I'm going to meet you. It'll happen. Trust me. We've been friends for so long, and I have to meet you. It's going to happen. I just have to figure out where the heck the money's going to come from. Yeah, my reactions to both Deceit and Remus are kind of nuts. But guys, I try to be genuine, you know? Like, I try to, like, genuinely react the way, like, I don't try to hide anything. Oh, see, Catherine, you're close to me. I'm in Kentucky, which is easy when I say the name Kentucky because of the way my accent rolls out. Ugh. I've been to a lot of states. I've never been out of the country, but I've been to California, Texas, Kansas, Arkansas, Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, Georgia, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North and South Carolina, and Virginia. I've been to a lot of states. I've just never been out of the country before. Oh, in Tennessee. I've been to Tennessee. I forgot about Tennessee. Sorry about that. So I've been to a lot of states. I've just never been out of the country before. And technically I live 45 minutes, like I live like 10 minutes from Indiana because I live right on the river. So like it literally takes me 10 minutes over a bridge and I'm in Indiana. No, Evelyn, you're not alone. You are definitely not alone on that. Evelyn says, "I know I'm alone on this, but I kind of want to see more serious Remus. And Jesse is trash man and crazy, but just like he's like to see where his opinions matter sometimes and when they're helpful. Yes, I feel like they all have a serious side, and I think Remus almost kind of gives his away a little bit in the episode because, like, especially whenever Thomas reveals that he's scared of him, he's kind of like, no, 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 no. I feel like that's a you problem or a him problem, talking to Virgil. So I feel like Remus can be serious, and I would love to see more of serious Remus. And all the sides are important. And I know there are people that are genuinely triggered by Deceit and Remus and some other issues within the fandom, but like we have to remember that all these sides are in character Thomas, and it's important to note that he's made up of all of them. So that like we can't separate them from the canon because they are important. Here, why don't we do this? So I'm gonna go on until 2 o'clock my time. So just about 30 more minutes. So I kind of want to do a blitz round of questions. So let's I'm gonna ask you guys a question. I'm gonna answer it myself, and I want you guys to answer in the thing. It's gonna be about literally anything. So we're gonna start off with the easiest question, which is everybody's favorite color. So I want to know everybody's favorite color. All right, so we got E. Wilson's favorite color is orange. That's my second favorite color. Nice choice. Maxie's favorite color is blue. Galaxy Kitten's purple. Heck yeah, purple fans unite. Purple's my favorite color. G the Goat's light blue. Jackie's is purple. Lottie's is purple. Summer's purple. You guys got good taste. Jackie or black. I like black too. Ashman, rainbow. Nice choice. Could be gayer. Missy likes blue. Dragon Lover likes lavender. Catherine's is purple. Sydney's is black. Midnight Willow's purple. Foxfire, I feel you. They're all very beautiful. I agree. Christopher's is indigo. Sarah's is blue. Ella's orange and purple. Me too. Purple and orange, best colors, man. Halloween's great. There's too much stuff I want to buy because it's all my favorite color. Phillips is bluish black. Bittersweet is lavender. Anime's is purple. J.R. Fans is pale blue. Evelyn's is orange or cyan. Missy's is purple. Gameberg Studios is green. Stock is navy. That's awesome. Daffodil Days is the rainbow. Nana likes cold colors. Lottie likes gray. Nice, guys. That was great. Okay, so next question. If you could travel anywhere in the world, regardless of money, where would you go? Like, what's your, like, vacation destination? Mine would be Tokyo, Japan, or, like, Japan in general. So what would you guys, or if you guys had any money in the world to travel anywhere, any specific city or country, where would you want to go? So I would say Japan. I want to go to Japan. So let's see. Ashman says Europe. Galaxy says Paris. I agree with that. Maxie wants to go to Japan. Nice. Lottie wants to go to Japan too. Cheesy wants to go to Australia. Nana wants to come to the US and Canada. Jackie says Ireland or around the area. Nice. Anime wants to go to Japan too. Ella wants to go to London. Jack is still in the color. He says black for colors. That's awesome. Midnight says, oh, Midnight's getting to go to their in Paris. Nice. India, USA. Emoji wants to go to Japan. Christopher wants to go to Ghana or Norway. Complete opposite. Yep, that's true. Evelyn wants to go to Poland. Sarah wants to go to New Zealand. Stock wants to go to Japan, London, and Canada. J.R. fan wants to go to Ikebukuro. I would love to go to Ikebukuro. Oh my gosh. Ikebukuro and oh shit. What's it called? Oh no. What's the place in Japan that's all anime stuff? I can't remember. Hey, Philip, I mean, that's a destination thing you want to do, get married in Paris? That'd be awesome. Could you imagine you get married in Paris with that background of the Eiffel Tower in the background? That'd be amazing. Oh, bye, Missy. See you later. Have a good day. Oh, Daffodils, you want to go to Africa. You want to see lions and help people. That's awesome. That's really great. That'd be awesome if you could do that someday. Sydney, Akihabara, thank you. God, my brain is dumb. I don't know why. I'm so stupid. I'm so tired today and I can't like do anything. Luna the cat says, hi, human. Hello. All right, next question. Favorite sport? It doesn't have to be a sport that you play. It could be a sport you watch. It could be a sport that you play and don't watch. Just you have a favorite sport in general. My favorite sport is something people don't usually consider a sport, and it's bowling. Bowling is my favorite sport. I bowled for almost 20 years of my life, and it was really big for me as a kid. So yeah, I want to go to. I love watching bowling. I love playing bowling. So yeah, that's my thing. So Cheese the Ghost says fencing. Galaxy Kitten says swimming. Jackie says ice skating. Ashman also says figure skating. Anime says soccer. And then, let's see, Midnight says archery. Defo Day says basketball. Summer says netball. Maxie likes body weight training. Philip likes joggling or juggling. I don't know. Stock says football. J-Rock says hockey. Alice says dance. Yes, dance count. Dance is an activity of which you move, which I consider a sport. So anything you do that's considered moving, if you like to dance, if you like choreographed dancing, like it doesn't matter. If there's something you like to do that gets your body up and moving, I consider that a sport. Okay, Leah likes soccer or football. So, I mean, I understand most people say football. I usually say the thing soccer unless they specifically say American football. Evelyn says figure skating and rugby. Jack says dodgeball. See, dodgeball, like, for people who are like my age, I just think of all the times playing dodgeball in high school and I can hear that stupid ball thunk noise. I'm just like, oh God, scary. Nana likes archery. Sarah's swimming and rock climbing. Yay, Catherine, you're a bowler too? Yay, I love bowling. I makes me want to go bowling right now. Lottie likes synchronized swimming. Oh, Philip is juggling while jogging. Okay, I was confused. I was kind of like, what does that mean? I don't even know what that means. Oh, goodness. And Christopher running away from my problems. Man, that's a mood. Yes, E. Wilson. Horse riding is awesome. That definitely counts as a sport. I mean, gosh, we have the Derby here in Kentucky. What the hell is it called? I don't remember what it's called. But we have a Derby and it's horse running, so yes. Oh, tennis is good, Sydney, yeah. And Jackie, yeah, parkour is nuts. Like, those videos I've seen of people doing, like, the parkour shit, like, I don't know how they do that. That's crazy. Like, really nuts. Dot, you're so loud. I keep, go ahead. You're so loud. You're snoring so loud. Luna the cat likes chasing mice. You do your thing, kitty. Welcome back, Moo Moo Matt. We're doing a random series, a round of like just random questions, and I'm answering it, and I want you guys to answer because I'm curious. Lexi Knight says, you're beautiful the way you are. Oh, thank you. My question is, do you think the sides can control each other, or is there a dominant side? I'm interested in the different ways each side's impact Thomas at a time. I think it has more to do with what the side represents is what they're able to do. The reason why Deceit can silence Logan is because lying is ignoring the truth and hiding the truth, which is why I think that happens. I think that's really the only. I don't think all the sides can control each other, not particularly. I don't know if there's a dominant side. I definitely think there's a leader, and I think that's Patton. But I don't necessarily think they can all control each other. And I don't think there's any single one that's in control. I don't really like using that phrase. I think it's more along the lines of they have a leader and it's Patton. But that's mostly because of the way Thomas was raised. I don't feel like that would be the same for everybody. Like in my sides, my leader is definitely my anxiety, but that's mostly because I'm an anxious person, and my anxiety makes a lot of the decisions for me because none of my other sides are strong enough to talk her out of it. So she's the unwanting leader. She doesn't want to be the leader, but she is. So, with Thomas, it's different. He was raised with a very strict Catholic upbringing of this is good, this is bad, and this is how you should treat other people, and you should care about other people. And that's why I think Patton is his leader. Well, E. Wilson, the reason why that is the case is because Logan controls the right and Roman controls the left is because your right arm is controlled by the left side of your brain and vice versa. Logan is becoming more like the leader, Jackie, but I don't think he's the leader in Thomas's life, or he would have more of an impact on how Thomas reacts to things. I don't think we would have so much an issue on whether or not lying was good or bad. Logan's opinion of, the difference between bad and good is arguably meaningless because we can apply anything and he gets cut off. Like, I feel like if Logan was really the leader, we wouldn't have such a problem between black and white. No, I'm good, Maxie. I'm glad your creativity is the leader now. And yep, Matt, you're right. All the dark sides do pop in. Like deceit is like not popped into frame yet. Like he's only shown up by replacing somebody else, except for in Logic versus Passion, he showed up. But other than that, Lottie Jones stated in a post they posted on Tumblr that Thomas and the callback and the wedding are in two separate places at the exact same time. But there is no compromise on going to one part of one and part of another. You can't do both. And that's why it's such a big deal. In Defo Days, your excitement rules the goodies and irrationally controls the baddies. Okay, that's pretty fair. And Sydney, your dominant side is your hyperactivity. That's nice. Doesn't sound too bad. Oh, we're going to do more random questions, Dragon Lover. Sorry, I got distracted about some other questions people were asking. Yeah, Daffo Day is like, Daffo Day says, I think Logan needs to have a breakdown. I tried to live my life being emotional and sitting with me in a fear of anger and tears. And I feel like if any of the sides cries, I want it to be Logan because I want him to have a breakdown. And that's like a lot of angst and stuff, but I don't care. I want it so bad. And Lottie, yes. Like, Thomas should just tell his friends. The fact that he doesn't want to tell his friends, or the fact it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I feel like a lot of this would be solved by just telling his friends that he has a callback on that day and asking for advice on what he wanted to do. Like, he just sits there and says, I really want to be here for you guys, but this is a really big opportunity for me. And then once he hears from his friends that his friends are like, no, you should take this opportunity. It's real big, and you'll probably never get it again with this esteemed, director. So you may as well take your opportunity. I feel like it would be I think the problem would be solved in that case. Sorry, if like stuff all over my keyboard. Anyway, okay. So let's do more random questions. Random question. Yes, Jack, it's a new record. It's an hour and 45 minutes. I haven't been streaming this long. Let's do random questions. What can I say? Let's do favorite video game. Do you guys play video games? What's your favorite video game? I have a tie for mine. I'll let you guys say all of yours, and then I will say what mine is. Well, Moo Matt, the reason why he rises up is because he came from Patton's room. He rises up because they came from Patton's room, not from his room. Okay, so Ashman likes Minecraft. Cheesy the Goat likes Frambo or Undertale. Somebody gives him likes Benny and the Eat Machine. No, Ashman, I'm not judging you. Minecraft's awesome. I've never played it personally, but it looks good. Anime like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Heck yeah. Galaxy Kid and Sims 4 Left 4 Dead 2. Hell yeah, Left 4 Dead. That's awesome. Devil Days likes Overwatch. Evelyn likes Kingdom Hearts. Lottie Emerald likes Nier Automata. Dragon Lover is also Minecraft. Midnight Willow likes Mario Kart or Minecraft. Philip Hamilton likes Danganronpa 1, 2, and 3. Stock likes Misao. Misao's an old game. Sarah Long likes Terraria. Game Break Studio likes Super Smash Bros. Jackie says, I want to play Kingdom Hearts. Then you should. Kingdom Hearts is a great game. Also Minecraft. Foxfire's Undertale. J-Rock likes A Hat in Time. And Philip, you correct yourself to V3. All right, sounds good. Summer Gibson's also Minecraft. Sydney likes Mario Kart, Black Ops 2, and more GameCube games. Maxie likes Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing. Jack Walters likes Detroit Become Human and Frambo. Lottie likes the Batman Arkham Asylum games as well. E. Wilson, We Happy Few. I've seen a little bit of playthroughs of We Happy Few. Seraph Strike likes Splatoon 2. Moo Matt likes Minecraft. Well, for me, guys, my favorite game of all time is tied between two games. One of them is Persona 4, which is awesome. I love Persona 4, easily one of my favorite games of all time. And then the second is Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. Nice runner-up is probably Detroit Become Human and the FNAF series. Let's see. So we got Catherine likes Mortal Kombat, American McGee's Alice. That game looks really cool. American McGee's Alice. I've seen stuff from that, and you like FNAF too. That's great. And then Sydney also likes Professor Layton. My mom likes Professor Layton. That's like the only like anime-ish game me and my brother were ever able to get my mom into. Evelyn also likes Borderlands. Oh, the Phoenix Wright games. My brother really likes the Phoenix Wright games a lot. Oh, yeah, Max, you're right. Breath of the Wild, yeah. Breath of the Wild is definitely up there. Jack of all trades, I've only played Persona 4 and 5. I know the story for 3. 3 is very sad, and I think that's one of the reasons why I haven't played it yet. That, and I wish the female protagonist was canon, but, you know, whatever. Yeah, Breath of the Wild is such a good game. I'm actually playing it right now on my Switch. Like, my Switch is up there. You can kind of see it on my dresser right there. I've been playing Breath of the Wild. That game is so good. I've beaten it. I've put in like 200 hours into that game, and I keep playing it even more. Oh, yeah, Pokemon. I currently play Pokemon Go, and I've played every single handheld Pokemon game that's ever existed. I haven't beaten... It's not handheld, but I haven't beaten Let's Go Pikachu yet, but my friend is borrowing it right now, so I'll have to... get back into that. And then, what about mobile games? Do you guys play any mobile games? And yes, Jack, I am very interested in P5 Royal. I will be playing that game. If you guys can see it, I have a Persona 5 wall scroll right here. Catherine, I played Wizards Unite, and I was not a big fan of it. Honestly, I played it for a little bit, and then I ended up deleting it. I just wasn't a big deal. I didn't really like it. But I love Harry Potter. Like, I've watched every single one of the movies. I read the books when I was a kid. Like, I love the Harry Potter universe, but I don't know. Wizards Unite just didn't do it for me. Oh, Billy, I used to play Piano Tiles. I love Piano Tiles. Philip, I always see the ads for Love Nikki Dress Up Queen. Is that game actually good? Like, it looks so funny sometimes. It seems so, like, I don't know. I don't want to say cliche, but that's like the only thing I can think of to think about it. Yeah, the only mobile games I'm playing right now is I play Pokemon Go, I play Love Live School Idol Festival, I'm playing Pokemon Masters, which is really fun. And I have some other games I play. Like I play the cat game and some other games that are like I play every once in a while, not consistently. But like the main games that I play are Pokemon Go, Pokemon Masters, and Love Live School Idol Festival. Anime for Pokemon Go, I am Team Instinct. Instinct all the way, 100%. I love Instinct. I am Team Instinct. Always will be. Because I love Spark and we dab to victory. That's just what we do. Pokemon Masters is challenging too, though. Like it's actually like a really hard game. Bye, Andy Mac fan. See you later. Bye. It's kind of crazy. There are so many of you here. I'm just in there thinking about it, but I've done panels at anime conventions and I have like 2 people show up. So it's crazy that there are still like 30 of you in here. No, Dragon Lover, I'm glad you like this. I just decided I wanted to learn about you guys a little bit. Yeah, CJ also plays Pokemon Go, and they're also Instinct. So, and so is my friend Matt. He's also Instinct, but then my brother is Mystic. So, okay, guys. Now the big question, because I've been an anime fan since I was little. For those of you who watch anime, do you have a favorite anime? I'm curious because I've been watching anime, and I haven't watched like a lot of modern anime. Like there are a few that I know, but like for the most part, most of my anime knowledge comes from the 2000s and the early or the late 90s. Well, cheesy Black Butler's pretty good. I like season 2 a lot. No, Sydney, both of those are good options. Well, Exorcist and My Hero Academia, I like both of those anime. Oh, Catherine, Loveless is so good. So good. Foxfire likes Fruits Basket. Heck yeah, Fruits Basket is awesome. Are you watching the reboot? It's really good. Yes, Maxie, You're on Ice is fantastic. Oh, Evelyn, you like Inuyasha. Yay, Inuyasha is such a good anime. Evangelion's pretty good. Higurashi was creepy. I'm not a big fan of horror anime, but I had a friend that was really into it. Sarah Long likes Death Note. Heck yeah. Someone likes Tokyo Ghoul, Death Note, My Hero Academia. Yes, Jack, Death Parade. Heck yes. I love Death Parade. I've only seen about half of it, but that opening song is a banger. Such a good song. Oh, Catherine's suggestions in like the vein of Loveless. Oh gosh. Well, if you're looking at the idea of gay relationships, I definitely recommend because it's like they don't like sexualize their romance in it. It's really good. You should definitely do that. Oh, Jackie, see you next week. Bye. Have a good one. But yeah, Catherine, you should watch Yuri on Ice. I know Given is a series that came out recently in this season. That's another boy relationship anime that has a really good plot. Gosh, I don't know. Loveless is so. It's been a long time since I watched it. I'm trying to think of anything that's like it. It's really hard. Loveless is really unique. But if you're looking for like that kind of romance, that those would be up your alley, like Yuri on Ice. And I mean, heck, Gravitation's kind of old, but you could do Gravitation too. Though I recommend the Japanese version of Gravitation. Oh, JR fan, Servamp. I've heard Servamp's pretty good. Love Stage is really funny. I actually really enjoyed Love Stage. My phone keeps bleeping at me. Oh, see, Lottie, I didn't get to finish watching IG and Demi-Human. I wanted to. It was on Netflix and it was pretty good, but I never got to finish watching it. I don't really have the money for like subscription stuff like that, like Hulu and Netflix. Hey, Jack, so funny story about Sword Art Online. I adore that anime, and I actually have a series that I'm going to be doing on my other channel when I finally get to like the point of writing it. And it's called the Why I Like series, and the first episode is going to be about Sword Art Online. So you can look forward to that. I really like Sword Art Online, and I'm actually really good friends with the voice actor who voices Kirito in the English version, Bryce Papenbrook. I run his fan group on Facebook, and we meet up at cons sometimes and chat. But I really like Sword Art Online. I'm not saying it's completely unfaulty, but like a lot of people's anger with it, I think is like untested. Defo Days, I believe my brother's watching Anbaka, and he said it was really funny. I guess I have a bottle somewhere in my room. It went pop. Yes, Sydney, I do know Bryce. Bryce is a really good friend of mine. I actually have I have a folder of prints I'm supposed to give away for his group, and I just have not had time yet. I have a lot of prints of his characters signed by him just to give away. I just haven't done it. Evelyn, I want to watch Revolutionary Girl Utena so bad. I have heard so many good things about it the older I get, and I cannot find a reliable place to watch it. I'm not really a big fan of watching stuff illegally, but that one I might make an exception for because I can't freaking find it anywhere. So I really, really want to watch it. It looks amazing. Hey, Philip, you do you. You write that fan fiction. Write that Danganronpa fan fiction. And Jack, you're welcome. Hey, Sydney, if you want one, I give them away randomly to people in the group on Facebook. So if you have a Facebook, we're called the I'm Cried Cadet Corp. Just search Bryce Papenbrook's I'm Cried Cadet Corp in the search engine. You should find the group and join. We'll add you in, and I give them away randomly. Oh, Maxie, yes. Charlotte was fantastic. Everybody can bite me. That's another one I'm going to do for the Why I Like series because everybody got so mad when that anime ended, saying the ending was so cliche. And I'm just like, can we not just enjoy things? Oh, Defo Days, really? Yay. That's why I did Saturdays. I felt like Saturdays would be easy because I have Saturdays off. So I feel it'd be pretty easy. Philly, right now we're talking about everybody's favorite anime and just anime stuff in general because I'm doing like a real quick question thing before I end the live stream. E. Wilson, what anime would you recommend for a newbie? My favorite anime, Code Geass. I definitely recommend Code Geass. It's so good. Really mind methodical. It's great. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is another one. Death Note is another one I recommend. Cowboy Bebop is a good one for newbies. Just those three things are like really good. Oh, Leah, you're so sweet. I'm glad that I can make your day. That's awesome. You're a good person. Thank you. Stock, I've wanted to watch Urusei Yatsura, but I haven't done it yet. Oh, Fairy Tail's awesome. Fairy Tail's like one of the only like the big anime. Like I watched Naruto growing up, and I watched Bleach for a little bit, and I watched a little bit of One Piece. But like my favorite of like the big shonen stuff is definitely Fairy Tail. If you don't include My Hero Academia. See, Maxie, Steins Gate is an anime that, like, my brother, like, if I ever say Dylan, I'm talking about my brother. Dylan will not stop wanting me to watch Steins Gate. I actually have his copy, like, right here in my room with me that he let me borrow his, and I need to watch it because people keep telling me. And Foxfire, that's okay. I mean, there are anime like that too, you know. If you like kids' cartoons, there are anime that are made for kids that are a little bit simpler in their plot, most slice of life stuff. So you know you can get there are lots of good things in anime that like are just like regular topics that you would see in like drama shows on TV that they're just animated instead. So yes, Jack. I also Attack on Titan's not too bad. Yeah, Evilson, no problem. Like I've been watching anime for a very long time, and I don't know how I didn't think of Fairy Tail, considering I have a Fairy Tail sticker on my keyboard right here, and my mouse pad is Fairy Tail. You think about it, and obviously I have to say I have to shout out to the Love Live anime. Love Live is really big for me too. 91 Days, a mafia anime. I might have to try it. I think I've heard of it. That name sounds familiar. Yes, Maxie, best anime is Standard Sides. Hell yeah. Someone animate the entire series in an anime style. Man, if I had the money, I'd fund that myself. Flay, who's your favorite fairy tale character? My favorite fairy tale character is oh shit. You're catching me in the fly here because I don't remember all their names. It's been a very long time since I was fairy tale. Oh my gosh, what is his name? God, what is Urza's like boyfriend's name? Like not boyfriend, but definitely boyfriend. Oh my god, what is his name? I can't remember his name. Yeah, Jalal. Thank you, Jalal. Oh my god, I love Jalal. Thank you. I don't, it's been like over a year and a half since I watched Fairy Tail, but I love Jalal. Jalal is amazing. I love him. Jalal, I really like, and then I also really like Gray, and I also really like Natsu a lot. So, but no, Jalal is definitely my favorite. And Jack, yes, the Uzumaki by Junji Ito, that's going to be interesting. I unfortunately don't have cable, so I can't watch it, but I'm really interested to see how that turns out. Oh, Lottie, are you talking about Vampire Knight? I really feel like you're talking about Vampire Knight. Yeah, that was a little weird. Because that's kind of a spoiler for Vampire Knight, but I don't know if that's what you're talking about. There are too many anime like that. Anime do that all the time. They'll have love interests, and it'll end up being a brother sister thing. And I'm just like, why would you do this? And it doesn't matter that they're adopted or whatever. It's still a brother sister relationship. So see, Lottie, you were talking about Vampire Knight. I knew it. I remember when I got that. I used to read manga really bad, like when I was younger, and I remember when I got that volume and I read that, and I was like, they're related? What? This is so dumb. I stopped reading after that. I didn't like it either. Oh, Sydney, are you talking about Fairy Tail binging 277 episodes? Heck yeah. See, I stopped watching right before the Tartarus arc started. So I need to get back and watch the Tartarus arc, because hearing people say that's like the best arc. Yeah, but like I didn't get to watch all One Punch Man, and I'm also kind of disappointed in the second season. So yeah, no, I didn't like Kaname either in Vampire Knight. I was not a big fan of his character. I definitely preferred Zero. Not to mention, like, I don't know. I just didn't really. There weren't too many things that I liked about Vampire Knight. Zero was one of them, and his backstory was really nice, but most of it was kind of cringy. Oh, bye, Dragon Lover. Bye bye. See you next week, maybe, if you're able to be here. Sorry, Daffodil Days. When I start talking anime, I can't help it. Yes, I did watch Ouran High School Host Club, Maxi. Ouran High School Host Club is awesome. And actually, oh yeah, we have passed the 2 hour mark. Oh well. Um uh Ouran High School Host Club, actually recently I went to anime convention. I went to MatsuriCon in Columbus, Ohio, and I got my last signed autograph from Ouran High School Host Club. So I've met every single voice actor from Ouran High School Host Club, and and I have a signature from all of them that played their characters. Yeah, I still have all the manga. I'm trying to sell them, but yeah. Normal High School Host Club manga is amazing. It needs a reboot in the same way that Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood needs a reboot, or it had a reboot. Because Fullmetal Alchemist was made before, like the original anime was made before the manga was over, and then they made Brotherhood. Sydney, I really don't want to talk about that in this stream. I do know about the Vic stuff. Not a huge. I've worked with Vic in the background, and I know how much of a not nice person he is. So that's all I'm going to say about it. Jack of all trades, a Death Parade fan. Who's your favorite character? I don't really have a favorite character yet because I tend to not pick a favorite character until I watch it all the way through, and I haven't yet. The Decim is a cool character, though. Is that how you say his name? I don't remember. It's been so long since I watched it. I'd have to watch it all the way again. But yeah, no, I liked most of the characters in the show. I thought it was very interesting, but I'd only seen how long is it? 12 episodes? I think I maybe saw 5. I need to finish watching it. I always say that. But no, the last voice actor I met for Oron was Lucy Christian. She played Honey, and so good. Oh, bye, Wilson. Thank you for coming. And yay, I'm glad you'll be here next week, because we will be here. 12 p.m. Central Standard Time sharp. Sydney, I have seen D. Gray Man. I watched the original anime. I had a friend. She moved to Florida recently, but she was huge into D. Gray Man. I didn't watch too much of it. I watched, I don't know if I've seen all the anime, but I've seen some of it. My favorite character was, oh gosh, I'm so bad with names of animes I haven't seen in 20 billion years. What is her name? Miranda? I think her name was Miranda. She was the anxiousy one or whatever. The one that has the ability to control time. Yes, Maxie, I love Ghibli movies. My favorite Ghibli movie is probably Kiki's Delivery Service or maybe House Moving Castle. One of the two. Yay, Clock Lady is Miranda. I am good at remembering names. Yay. That makes me happy. Woohoo. I'm actually remembering things. Jack, I will definitely do that. I will definitely watch. I will find a way to watch it legally since I don't have Funimation account right now, but I think it might be on Crunchyroll, so I can check it out there. But I definitely want to finish watching Death Parade, so. Well, Spirited Away was like I don't know how many of you live in the States. I don't remember exactly who said who lived where, but Spirited Away showed on Cartoon Network in the States. I'm talking every single day for a couple months straight when I was a kid. Every afternoon I would turn on my TV and they were showing Spirited Away on Cartoon Network. It was insane. Yeah, Foxfire, sorry about that. Sandersides to cats to weebs, that's literally who I am. If you cut me into thirds, that would be what I would be. I'm third Sandersides, third anime, and third cats. That's just how it is. I also really like Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. That was a really good movie too. Oh, and what's the other one that I really like? Shit, dude. What's my other favorite one that I really like? What is that one called? Crap. I'm so bad at remembering names. What is that other favorite Ghibli movie? Yeah, Play, you're right. Maxie, stop calling me out like that. Yes, my sides, I have Sanders sides, cats, weeb, and anxiety. Yep, that's me. You figured me out. I've been revealed. No, there's another. Oh my god. Oh, Princess Mononoke. Princess Mononoke. That's it. I love Princess Mononoke. That's another one of my favorite Studio Ghibli films. I love that movie. It's so good. Every time it's on, I have to watch it. I would say you're still calling me out for You still are. Shut up, Maxie. You still are. I'm sorry. Oh, God. I'm still being called out of my own chat. How dare you? I don't care. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so last question for those of you who do like anime. Who is your best boy? Like, if you have a favorite male character of all time, who is your best boy? I want to know. I want to know everybody's best boy, because then I'll show mine. I'll show my best boy, because I got a plushie of him right there. We've been going on for a long time. Yeah, Maxie, I want to talk about, like, anime best boys. So, yeah, anime best boys. Bye, anime. See you later. Thank you for coming. Have a good day. Ooh, Sydney Todoroki. Yeah, he's a nice choice. The anime Zuko. Deku's such a pure boy. Philip, you really like Danganronpa. I appreciate that. My brother really loves Danganronpa too. Yeah, you can use Ghibli. I still consider that anime, so that's fine. Ooh, Valet, do you mean like you say FMA Brotherhood? So do you mean Greed or Greedling? Like which Greed do you mean? No, Philip, I know about the animes for Danganronpa because again, like my brother really loves Danganronpa, so he's always talking to me about the anime and the games. We actually recently met one of the voice actors too that replaced the character from the games in the anime. I can't remember who the character was, but yeah, my brother recently got. I think it was the Danganronpa anime. I think he got it signed by somebody at Matsuri-con. Oh, Greedling. Okay, yeah, Greedling's amazing. I love Greedling. He's awesome. Stock Kazuma. Kazuma from what? Oh, see, Sydney, that's nice. My CJ actually, oh, from Konosuba's. Okay, Stock. See, CJ likes Detective Conan, and their favorite character is Kaito Kid. Sorry, Ashman. My fly, I think, is still in my room, but I trapped him in my window with my curtain, so I'm lucky. Well, what about Yuri or Victor or somebody from Yuri on Ice, Maxie? Didn't you really like Yuri on Ice? Like, Yuri is definitely one of my favorite characters of all time just because I really, like, mesh with him a lot. Oh, Jirachi like Tamaki? Tamaki, like, we need a reboot of Oran because Tamaki is such amazing character development that you don't get in the anime that you get in the manga. Like, I really want an Oran reboot at some point. I think that would be great. Oh, I'm not sure. I don't know anything about Detective Conan. I just know that CJ likes Kaito Kid because we found a really big Kaito Kid plushie at Matsuri-con. Okay, so I guess I'll show you guys my best boy. Remember how earlier I said my favorite anime is Code Geass? This is my best boy. This is Lelouch. He's the main character from Code Geass. He is my favorite. And I love him. And I found this plushie and my brother bought it for me at Matsuri-con. He's adorable. And if you haven't watched Code Geass, you need to watch Code Geass because Code Geass is like such an amazing series. I love the series so much. But there's also another plushie of Lelouch right there. And then there's his best friend, Suzaku. That's their wedding outfits. Lelouch is the best boy. Okay? It is the best boy. Yes, the ending is terrible. It's sad. But I love him so much, so it's okay. I will admit, though, when it ended, when I watched the ending, I did cry for a very long time. Oh, Evelyn, you have a C2 plushie? Yes, Maxie, I do know Tsubasa Chronicles. Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicles. Yes, I did. I have seen Reservoir Chronicles. I thought the anime was okay, but I feel like it would have been better if they had like crossed it over with Holic more than they did. Oh, I have a lot of plushies. I can show you guys my plushies sometime. Okay, real quick, guys. What about what about like favorite girls from anime? Do you guys have favorite girls? Because this is an equal opportunity live stream. Ashman, I would be poor if they made Sanders size plushies because I would have to have every single one of them. Are you kidding me? I would have every single side, and they better make one. Okay, here's the thing, though, Ashman, is I know people have suggested to Thomas that they make Sanders size plushies, right? We need a plushie of character Thomas, and I want him to be wearing the Steven Universe star shirt. It needs to happen because I would be so mad if we got all the sides as plushies, but we didn't get character Thomas. I'd be very angry because he's a character too, and he deserves merch. And I want a plushie of character Thomas and Logan, Roman, Virgil, Patton, Remus, Deceit. Like I want all of them. Grr. Oh yeah, Sydney Ochako. I met Lucy Christian and she voices Ochako. She really likes Ochako. Her voice, when she speaks, she sounds like Ochako. It's really funny. My favorite girl is pretty obvious, but that's because like my Love Life stuff. My favorite girl is Riko Sakurauchi from Love Life. I love Riko so much, even more than just like in the Love Live aspect. Like I like her voice actress who does all of her singing and stuff. Ryako, I really love her too, but I love Riko. She's so cute. As long as it's like if it's a game, as long as like a Japanese based game where the character is Japanese, that's fine. And actually, Jack of all trades, I love Monica too. I actually recently purchased a Monica shirt from Spencer's. It has Monica on it, and it says delete. Even though I think it should say just Monica, but. Oh, Tamori from Charlotte. Yay. See, Lottie, I really wanted to get into Psycho-Pass, but that was a name I just couldn't get into. I don't even know why. Bye, Ella. See you next week. Bye. I will be here next weekend. The Monica shirt is at the retailer Spencer's. Hang on. I'll go to my closet and I'll show it to you guys. Yeah. It looks like this. It's Monica and it says delete. I love this shirt. I don't wear it very often because I don't like wearing white shirts, but I like collecting anime merch. So, yeah. I am not a big fan of wearing white clothing, but I really like that shirt. So, it's also one of the only shirts I can wear that Dot's fur won't be seen on it because Dot's fur is all white. Speaking of Dot, she shut up. Rather have a notebook with the antes. It's over here on my desk somewhere. I don't know. It's somewhere. It almost fell behind the dresser, which is why it's not on the dresser anymore. Maxie. What did I do with it? Oh, yeah, here it is. It's right here. See, Maxie, it's right here. Don't worry. It's fine. Yes, Sydney, I have heard of A Lull in the Sea. Bryce is in that. Yeah, I have seen that. I watched some of it until it got kind of weird. I don't know what it was, but something happened in the series. It's been a while. But no, I do want to finish watching that series, but I never finished watching it. I have a lot of anime that I drop because my attention span sucks. Just Monica. Just Monica. Let me get real close for comfort. Just Monica. There we go. That's the extent of my voice acting. But, like, you guys agree, right? Like, this shirt, like, for those of you who play DDLC, like, this should say Just Monica, right? Like, isn't that the whole joke? Like, that should be what it says. Sorry, I was making a joke. Oh man, even if, like, okay, I didn't play DDLC. I watched people play it. I watched Jacksepticeye play it. I watched Markiplier play it, and I watched the Game Grumps play it. It is definitely something you should go into blind if you don't know anything about it. Like, yeah, I'm making the joke of Just Monica, but if you don't understand, if you've never seen it before, that won't make any sense to you until it happens. So it doesn't matter. But, like, you should definitely have somebody, like if you have, like, depressive thoughts or anything like that, like, make sure you're in a good mental state before you like go into the game. But, like, that game is so good. It, like, really is awesome. Oh, congrats, Philip. Finishing your fanfiction is one of the best things in the world. I ever achieved that. My fanfictions always go undone for a long time. Just ask Maxie. I never finished writing anything. Screechy girl. Yeah? Screechy girl. Okay, guys. So we've been going on for about 2.5 hours at this point. So mad. No, Maxie, go ahead. I'm giving you permission. It don't matter. But I am going to stop here in about 7 minutes, guys. So let's do a quick, real fast question thing. Let's do some real quick questions. So if you guys have any questions, you got 7 minutes. I'll answer as many as I can. They can be about anything. Center sides, anime, my cats, my life, if you're that interested in me. There's nothing really that much interesting about me. Whatever. Whatever you want. I'm going to hold my Lelouch plushie while I wait. No, Sydney, I have not met Thomas as much as I want to have met him. But no, I have not met him yet. Maxie, it's going places. I haven't written on it in about a week. I've been really busy at work. What are your favorite types of romantic tropes? I love the like someone getting sick and passing out and their lover catching them and having to take care of them. Like, I die anytime that happens. I love the short and tall, the short versus tall. Like, I love, like, the short person having to reach up and kiss the tall person. Like, oh my god. I love, like, the idea of, like, someone sick at the hospital and their lover staying right there next to them while they're sick, saying, you know, I'll do anything to make you better. And I just, anything like that's angsty like that, any of that is fantastic. What Defo Days, what fusion dance styles do you think the sides have? I don't know. I'd never have watched Steven Universe, if that's what you're referencing, so I don't know what kind of dance styles they would be. Ashman, who are your main center side ships? Logence, Roseat, Moxiety, and those three in terms of romance is probably it, yeah. Fave movie series? Like I really like Star Wars. I really like Harry Potter. You guys can kill me now, but I've never watched Lord of the Rings. I just thought about that, but like I was thinking, what movies are in a series? Like what movies have like more than one? And I was like, I've never seen anything from the Lord of the Rings. Love another fairy tales fanfic. No, I have not. What type of music do you listen to? I'm definitely stuck in the past when it comes to music. I don't really listen to too much that's currently like modern. I mostly listen to like anime music, and then I listen to like, I guess, rock punk. I guess like I listen to like Breaking Benjamin and Avenged Sevenfold and Linkin Park and Matchbox 20 and God, I don't even know anymore. My Chemical Romance, just a little bit of everything. What fanfic tags do you love and dislike? I really will read anything, to be honest. Like my favorite thing to read is romance with like angst, and like angst with a happy ending is probably like the best thing I prefer to. See, Catherine, I've only seen Godfather because of a film class I took in high school. Like that is literally the only reason I've ever seen the Godfather movies. But they're really good. Like I'm really happy that I was able to watch them. Any cartoons? I haven't really watched too many cartoons lately. Like the only cartoon I really seriously watched all the way through was Legend of Korra, and I don't recommend it. Sorry. I'm not. I have a lot of feelings that I don't really want to go into. I live stream about my feelings for Legend of Korra while I enjoyed it at the beginning and then I don't now. But like other than that, like I know Steven Universe is good because a lot of people say it's good. I want to watch both. I want to watch it. I want to watch Gravity Falls. I just don't have the time. What's your favorite song by Thomas? Oh, it's so hard. I really like Forbidden Fruit a lot, and then of course I really like The Things We Used to Share. It's such a good song. Least favorite center side ships, Pre-Anxiety and Logicality. I'm not a huge fan of those ships. Just not very interested in it. Devil Days says, what side do you think would be the first to befriend Deceit and Remus? Probably Roman. I think Roman, while he says he doesn't like his brother, I think he still cares about his brother. And I think Roman is already kind of friends with Deceit. So, Catherine, I wouldn't really react to Gravity Falls on this channel. If I did, it would be on my other channel. I would probably do like, season reacts or like maybe a couple episodes reacts. I wouldn't do like the entire series. Philip, Patton, and Virgil is moxiety. Morality and anxiety smushed into one word. Actually, he does, Maxie. When Remus leaves and he says, Thomas already made a Dookie joke. Bye. Roman's just like, I don't like him. And then Thomas is like, so you have a brother? Don't ask. I can quote the entire episode. And yeah, it's possible that Logan might be the first one to befriend them. Just because he doesn't really see anything bad about either one. Yeah, Maxie, did you miss that? Silly girl. But it's okay, though. But yeah, no, when I said my favorite ships, Logins is Logan and Roman. Roseit is Roman and Deceit. And Moxiety is Patton and Virgil. Oh, I hear the kitties meowing on the other side of the door. Yes, I have seen they added Sans as a me character. Sans, I don't know how you say it. I've never played for Undertale. Whoops. I think that's awesome. I'm really happy for all the Undertale fans. I'm really interested. I really like the music from Undertale, even though I've never played the game. I'm really interested in I haven't downloaded it yet, but I'm really interested in hearing the remix of Megalovania that Toby Fox wrote for Smash Brothers. Oh, are we talking about favorite episodes, Sydney? I can't tell you my favorite episodes because that's going to be an upcoming episode on my channel. No, Daffodil Days. Yes, Demas. I forgot. Demas, Deceit and Remus. Yes, I'm totally okay with that. Demas, Duke Seat, whatever you want to call it. It's okay, Catherine. We're about to leave. I'm about to quit the thing. No, Fully, you're fine. Don't feel bad. There is no judgment. I love all ships in Sandersides except for Roman and Remus because they're like canonically like siblings. But no, I love Low Seed. I love Row Seed. I love, I love all of them. Yeah, I can bring Dot in as we say bye. Let me bring Dot in. Come here, Dot. Stop taking a bath. Come here. Come here, pretty girl. Oh, come here, pretty girl. Oh. Why are you going over to the... What are you looking at the microphone for? Oh, I love all ships with Deceit. Don't worry. All right, guys. Well, this has been fun. Been here for 2.5 hours now, so... What? Well, what's wrong? Are you complaining that we have to end the live stream? I'm sorry. But I'm kind of getting hungry again. It's been about 4.5 hours since I ate, and I didn't eat that much. You're such a bud. They just want to say bye. Why can't you just say bye to them? Yes, Sydney, it is a coincidence that she has the same name as Dot from Cartoon Therapy because I've had Dot for 12 years. I remember when I first heard Dot's name in Cartoon Therapy, I was like, oh my gosh. She's screaming because Dot is a butthead and she doesn't like being held very much. I've already held her once, so she gets mad. Yes, a very happy coincidence, though, Sydney. Yes, it is. It's a very happy coincidence because I love Dot and I love her name. So to hear that in real life is kind of cool. Yeah, Dot is literally named because she has like a little dot on her forehead. And her nickname is Dottie Doo. Which came from my mom because we named her Dot and my dad didn't like it. He liked Dottie, but we never called her that. And then my mom one day was trying to find her, to feed her. And my brother was really little and he was watching Scooby-Doo. And so my mom sung, Dottie, Dottie Doo, where are you? To like the Scooby-Doo theme song. And ever since Dottie Doo just stuck. So that's the name. That's the nickname she's got. And her middle name is Luna. And if I say Dot Luna in a really loud voice, she knows she's in trouble. Because she runs. But, anyway, so guys, thank you all for being here. You guys are amazing. Be sure to check out the links in the description of this live stream for ways to support me. You can give a one-time donation on Ko-fi. Ko-fi.com/Riley Logan. You can also join my Patreon, which gives you behind-the-scenes look at all my content that I'm up and coming and currently working on. Links in the description, patreon.com/Riley Logan. You can also follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Riley Logan YT for YouTube. And then you can also follow me on Tumblr, vigilantvirgil.tumblr.com. Thanks for your all support. I really appreciate it. You guys are the reason why I do this. And I can't believe I spent 2.5 hours talking to you guys. I'm glad you guys were with me the entire time. I love you guys so much. So I'll see you guys next Saturday. Don't forget, spread the word. Next Saturday will be another live stream, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. I might be a little late because I'm going to be at a garage sale, working a garage sale that day. So if I'm a little late, I'll try to let you guys know on social media. But it might be live from not in my room. We might be doing it from my phone if I'm not at home. So I'll see you guys next week. I love you guys. Bye. Dot says bye, but she's being rude. She's by the door. Bye.